Okay. Hello, chat. I clicked the start streaming on OBS, and I did not realize that I had to click the go live button on YouTube as well. We're off to an incredible start. But that's fine. Yeah, it should be live now, I hope. I just spent the past few minutes yapping into the void, I guess. But that's fine. So, I guess we're vibing now. At least in theory, we should be. Um, but it be what it be. So I guess we're in it. So I guess I mean I should probably explain what we have here. I have every team in a tab in a prep doc. We're gonna be looking at all of them. Obviously, that's kind of the whole point of the tier list. I'm gonna be ranking the teams by order um, in which they were in the draft. So in this case, the Paris Spiritomb had the first overall pick. I'm going to be ranking this Paris Spiritomb first. The Ariana Zoltarius had the last pick in the draft. They are going to be the last team I rank. So they figured it's better than ranking alphabetically or conference by conference. I think it makes enough sense. So we're just gonna be rolling with this for the meantime. Starting with fake weather. So true. Never have truer words been spoken before. Um, so yeah, I also everyone in this doc is listed by the order they were drafted in. Not that it really matters, but it's kind of cool saying, "Hey, this is a round seven Gyarados. That's pretty good." You also have every tier listed here. Hopefully, none of these are wrong. They might be, but I hope not. We ignored this part. This doesn't matter. This is just the default, and yeah, I think we have everything. So we just start ranking teams now. So first off, we have unlimited weather setters, but no weather. Oops, but no weather. So here we have the Paraspiritomb, we have a Heatran, a Swampert, a Scyther, a Ninetales, a Politoed, a Golduck, a Gyarados, a P2, a Sneasel, and a Delibird. So let's start off with the obvious. These fuckers don't have weather. This fucker doesn't have Swift Swim. This fucker doesn't have Eviolite. This fucker just doesn't. He cannot. He is unable to can. There's a fucking Delibird here. Okay. So let's start off. We have a Heatran. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good Pokemon. Is it a first pick caliber Pokemon? Absolutely not. But I mean, it's a good Pokemon. It's a Steel type, and Steels are at a premium in a 33 player DPP draft. But and then we have one, two, three, four water types. That's a lot of water. What are we doing here? That's I mean, that's too much water. Okay, I'm gonna rate this team 7.8 out of 10. Those who know. As if there's those who don't know. Everyone knows about that fucking IGN that IGN review. So let's start with the good part. This Heatran's pretty good. This Swampert's pretty good. This Gyarados is pretty good. You have two pretty good rockers. You have the Heatran and the Swampert. You have a spinner. You have the spinner of all time. You don't have any Clericking, you don't have any Wish, you don't have any Heal Bell, whatever, that's fine. You have Scyther for Momentum. You have Scyther for Momentum as well. You don't have any other Momentum with whatever, it's DPP. Most teams won't have that much. Um, so there's a Gyarados, there's a Scyther, there's a Sneasel, and the removal's a Delibird. So that's a lot of rock weaknesses and no spinner. There's also only three spike immunities on this team. One of them is Gyarados, which is pretty good, but it's also kind of rocks weak. The electric weakness is abhorrent. Holy shit. That's what, one, two, three, five weaknesses, and a Swampert that gets HP grassed every week. And besides that, I mean, P2 doesn't have Eviolite, right? If P2 had Eviolite, it's in everything except fighting resist. but it doesn't have Eviolite, so it's not quite an electric resist here. I mean, it's still pretty bulky. Like 85, 90, 95 is not like garbage for DPP standards, but it's also not the immortal P2 we know and love, or hate, probably hate. I love my spinner being quad weak to rocks. You are, yes, yeah, that is very good. This is true. It is immune to spikes. It is immune to spikes. It could be worse. It could be worse. Could it be better? Yes, it could be so much better, but it could be worse. Um, Obviously, right. This team doesn't have a ghost type, so it can't spin block, but ghosts are pretty limited in this gen. So there's like 4.5. Dusknor counts as 5 in this gen. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, there's like 5 ghosts. Your normal type's a P2. That's fine. You don't have an electric of your own. You don't have a grass type, right? You have 5 electric weaknesses and only one, and the one Swampert, which has to beat every electric type, and it's going to get HP grassed every week. The fighting weak. I mean, you have a Gyarados. The problem is every fighting type is gonna have like a Stone Edge to hit the Gyarados, which isn't great, right? I mean, you can do a lot. Gyarados is one of the better fighting resists, but if they read it and like click Stone Edge, like you're not doing too great. Same with Scyther. They're also taking 25-50% Rocks chip every time they come in because you're not spinning with that Delibird. You're not bringing it ever probably. Yeah, the EQ. I mean, you only have 2 EQ weaknesses. One of them is Heatran. You do have the 3 flying types to cover the Heatran, but that just means you lose to Edgequake, which is really bad. Swampert is basically an EQ resist, to be fair, but there's not a lot going on here. This is just a absolute pile of Pokemon. There's a Gyarados that might win a game with DD. There's a Heatran and a Swampert that might wall a team, but there's just nothing really there, right? Like the Scyther is kind of okay, but is a 50% Scyther really that good? Probably not, right? I mean, Scyther's not the pinnacle of bulk. Like 70, 80, 80, like it can take a neutral hit, right? In theory, not so much at 50. I mean, this Golduck. I mean, these 3 are doing nothing. Honestly, I don't know why any of them are here. This Sneasel's not terrible, right? It can pursue. It just clicks very mediocre stab moves this gen, right? There's no knockoff. I mean, there is knockoff, but it's 20 power, right? Your Dark Stab is Night Slash. You also have Pursue. Pursuit's not bad. Pursuit is not bad at all. Right? Your Ice Stab is. I don't think Icicle Crash exists. Does it? I know Mamo doesn't get it. I don't remember if it just doesn't exist straight up. I can check. Icicle Crash. No, it either doesn't exist or like nothing fucking gets it. So your Ice Stab is just Ice Punch. You also get Ice Shard, I guess. So like Cecil's not terrible, but its stabs are so much worse this gen than in like modern gens where you get knockoff, you get Icicle Crash, you get triple Axle even, right? So there's just. I hope this is the only Gyarados team because I don't know if I had the strength to hear Gyarados much more right now. Well, you wait for another 4 more teams, Sniper. But then there will not be any more Gyarados mentions for the rest of the stream. You will be fine. God, there's just nothing going on here. I mean, you lose to fighting types, you lose to Edgequake, because all your EQ resists take 25 or 50% from rocks. You lose to every electric type. There's not a lot going on here. I feel like all of these ones get infinitely better in, like, if this was like a Gen 6 or 7 or, like, even, like, give it Gen 8 so Sneasel can have triple axle, right? If this was Gen 5, like, this would be a bit better, but in Gen 4, and then most of these mons aren't doing anything, right? I mean, this guy does something, but I don't think these three mons are that good, right? But they don't have a supporting cast. So, where is Spiritomb? God, this draft. I mean, I'm gonna provisionally put it here. I might move it down to D tier, but it's gonna be like this for now. Also, I need to change this. I don't like this color, so we're gonna. Um, I get okay, cool, bit better now. So let's move on to the next team. I've yapped too much about this one. So we have the Temperature Twit, coached by Luke. Well, yeah, Crescoon. Welcome to Pudding's DPP Season 11 winning team. Except there's no Rotom Appliance, there's no Roserade. Your T-Spiker's a Drapion, sure, you don't have regular spikes. Your Rockers are Torkoal and Gabite. What are we doing here? Your Spinner's also the Torkoal. I mean, Torkoal's like a Pokemon. It's a lot better than Delibird, I'll give him that. But it's not ideal. Lucario's pretty solid. It does damage this gen. You can like Swords Dance, you can Nasty Blood, you can give it any choice item. It works. And you can bring it in on a couple more moves this gen because it is ghost resistant, right? I mean, not that you want to switch in Lucario into everything, but you could technically bring it in on like a Shadow Ball, right? I don't know why you have both Crobat and Drapion. I mean, they just kind of exist. Like, Crobat's not a defogger, right? And you have the Drapion for the grounded poison to clear T-Spikes, so I'm not sure what Crobat does. I mean, it clicks U-turn. You U-turn into your guys, I guess, but I don't know what the Crobat's there. I don't. Where's the flying resist? There is no. I mean, these are probably just flying resists, right? I mean, but there is no flying resist. You might eat like banded Brave Birds. Maybe that's why the Crobat's there. It's like that's one less Brave Bird spammer to fight. I mean, this bottom five is a disaster. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what Sceptile does this gen. It's a fast Pokemon that clicks 140 base power Leaf Storm, which I guess isn't the worst thing ever, but like Gabite is the tier 4. Like, I mean, it has a speed stat, it has an attack stat, it has Sandveil. I don't know if you have any Sandstream Pokemon in your conference, but I guess you could bring it in those matchups. It is funny. Oh, oops. Lucario and Gabite are your rock resists, which isn't great because those mons are, I mean, Lucario's not a defensive mon, right? This is a steel type that doesn't do steel type things, which doesn't feel great. I mean, you do have Crescoon, right? I mean, this is just Crescoon, neutral bulk, inshallah, and if they can't neutral bulk through teams, it's over. Right? The Lucario can do damage. The Drapion. I mean, the Drapion's not bad. Drapion is not bad. I have it in one of my Resurgence teams, and it's not bad. I mean, I wish it had more attack. Like, why does it only have 90, right? Like, it has a speed stat, it has some decent bulk, it can't get crit, which is kind of nice since crits are 2 times this gen. So if you needed to switch into something, you know, or like to live a hit, you know, you can rely on it not being crit, essentially, which is a neat thing to have. But, like, I mean, you have these 4 Pokemon, and then you have these 6, like, what are we doing here? Why are any of these Pokemon here? I mean, Sceptile's okay. I don't know why you have a Crobat. Electric with HP Ice beats this team, which is fine. Because, I mean, Electric with HP Ice does not beat Cress. This really is Crescoon neutral bulk and Prey. I mean, the Spinner's a Torkoal. So those ones are gonna get chipped by rocks every time they come in. Suicune can get pelted by spikes. I mean, that's fine, but I mean, it's a really good top three. Like, Crescoon, Lucario is not bad. What happens if those Pokemon can't win? I mean, Crocoon is gonna win games. Crocoon is absolutely gonna win games. Right? Maybe Calm Mind Crest can do some stuff. But I'm not sure how this wins games against people who have brain cells and can beat, like, defensive Pokemon. Because, like, if this was, like, a full stall team with, like, a bunch more walls, I could see the vision. Um, why do you have Heal Bell twice? Because I do have Heal Bell twice. I don't know. There aren't enough moves in DPP anyway. I don't think it matters. I could put Healing Wish. I guess that works. I'd have to do that for every single one, though, so I'm just not. I mean, Cresselia gets Lunar Dance. That's a Healing Wish, I'm pretty sure. Oshawott S tier for real. So true. Oshawott, my favorite DPP Pokemon. I mean, it's Crescoon, Neutral Bulk, and DPP, right? This team isn't that bad. It has like 4.5 Pokemon, but that's kind of okay. It's DPP, right? Like, some of these shitters can do something sometimes. Man, team could just kind of sucks, right? I mean, it's Crescoon. I can put it like C tier. This one's a lot worse. I'm just gonna move this down already. No questions asked. All right, next up we have Starkness. We have the Luminions. Yippee! All right, so you picked the inferior Steel Psychic type, but that's okay, because you then paired it with a Kingdra and a Roserade, which is pretty good. You click Rain Dance with this guy, and then click Button. You click Spike with this one, and you click other Spike. Ignore the fact that it says it doesn't get T-Spikes. It absolutely gets T-Spikes. I'm not sure why it says it doesn't. Probably just a bug on the dock, but I can't be fucked fixing it, so it's there. Spiritomb is the ghost. Listen, buddy. Let me tell you from experience, this one's dog shit, okay? The problem is, it doesn't have an HP stat, so its bulk is non-existent. It doesn't have a speed stat, so every time you switch it in, and you have to eat a move, then eat another move before doing something, which is terrible. And, like, I mean, it has, like, attacking stats. Like, it's a ghost type. It spin blocks. You need that for your Roserade, but you can do better than the Spiritomb, right? Arrow's a pretty solid mod. You just click Banded, it moves, and have fun with it. Artillery is a Pokemon, I guess. Sure. I mean, it has attacking stats. Why not? Rapid Dash is not the worst thing. I think Pudding have this on his Season 11 team, right? I'm pretty sure he had a Rapid Dash on there. Someone who did well had a Rapid Dash on their team. I think it was Pudding. I mean, that's like, it's a pretty decent mon, right? It has a pretty solid speed stat. It does some decent damage. Like, base 100 attack is pretty good this gen, all things considered. It has like some new utility. It gets Baton Pass. It can pivot. That's pretty cool. Glaceon's a Pokemon. Do Evolutions? No, Evolutions definitely get Baton Pass. Maybe not Glaceon. That would be weird, though. Yeah, okay. The doc is just wrong again, but that's okay. The Glaceon can pivot. Then, like, I don't know what this Pokemon does. It clicks Stealth Rock. I guess that's something. And Trapinch is funny. It do the Arena Trap thing. It has 100 attack, right? It can kill something for sure. Like, people have to look at this. It's really funny seeing Trapinch in tier 4, though, I won't lie. But, like, people have to look at this Pokemon and think, does my electric type lose to this? And the answer is maybe. I mean, if you run, like, Spit Def or Fizz Def if it's like a physical electric, which isn't gonna happen ever, right? But like if you run like Spit Def Trap Pinch or like Max Attack, like Max Spit Def, I mean it probably lives like in HP Ice or Grass, right? It's probably Ice for Roserade, I'd assume, yeah. You could just throw a Yache Berry on this Pokemon and like you trap every electric if they don't have a Shed Shell. Then they have to commit their item to Shed Shell for a fucking Trapinch, right? So if you don't bring it, then like yeah, like it's not. I not imagine it's a Pokemon you're gonna bring off them, but like it's a Pokemon that makes your opponent think, and that's like decent value for tier 4, right? Um, Rock weakness is not great. Your only resist is the Metagross, which is a pretty solid rock resist to be fair, but it could be better, especially since your water type is offensive, right? It's a Kingdra, right? If it was like bulky water, it would be a bit more fine, right? Your Roserade as well is not a great like neutral bulk Rockmon, right? It just doesn't really want to switch into Rock Slides. So that might be an issue, but it's a pretty good team, honestly. This top three is so scary. The arrow's not bad. Like, these two can do things. This one can do things. This Pokemon exists. Um. Something. Yeah, I mean, you do have two pretty decent flying resists, I guess. I mean, arrow's not the greatest flying resist, but it'll do. Um. Ground, I mean. Ground might be an issue. Arrow's the only. I mean, I, am I really counting Pinsir as a ground resist? Probably not. But ground might be an issue. Again, your grass doesn't resist ground. Your water is offensive. I mean, you also have a Octillery, but yeah, no. So Edgequake again is a problem, but I think Edgequake's gonna be a problem for a lot of teams. To be fair, especially in DPP where the Mon quality is just lower. It's a good team though. It's a pretty good team. You have plenty of hazard options. You have the Metagross, Arrow could rock if they want to. Maybe that's why Pinsir's there. It's just a rocker. Trapinch doesn't get rocks. Yeah, that's a Gen 9 thing. Flygon gets it in Gen 9, so Trapinch wouldn't get it earlier. You do have the Glaceon for like wish support if you want. You can wish up the Metagross. That's not bad. It's a solid team. I'm gonna put it A tier for now. Just as a baseline for like other good teams essentially. Could maybe move it up though. It's a pretty good team. Especially for DPP standards. Next up, Gloucestershire Gallade. We have a pick 4 Gengar. That's crazy work. We also have a Heracross, an Umbreon, a PZ, a Quagsire at tier 2 by the way. Very, very, very good value for money. Trust me. Typhlosion, Meganium, Electabuzz, Hahashteen, and Bastiodon. So Bastiodon's the Steel type. That's not great. That is really not great. You do have Hahashteen as well. Your rockers are Hahashteen and Bastiodon, which I guess isn't the worst thing I've ever seen. I mean, the rockers here are pretty good. Yeah, I mean it's better than Luke's rockers, that's for sure. There's no spikes, there's no T-spikes, there's no T-spikes absorption because Gengar's a levitator, which isn't the end of the world to be fair. I mean, you do have a Heracross, right? People are not gonna want the T-spike with the Heracross in the back, right? You could give it a Scarf Heracross and now it also has a Guts boost. Or it's like a Bandit Heracross and now it does infinite damage. Umbreon getting T-spiked is not ideal though. Neither is Quagsire. Right, but the Heracross is probably enough of a deterrent. There's 2 Levitators, there's a Steel type, there's a Guts Heracross. That should be fine. The Umbreon can just wish up Mons, which is pretty cool. Like, it actually does things here. It's also just neutral bulk central as well. The water weakness might be a issue. There's a Quagsire though. Meganium's the other resist. I mean, Meganium is not the worst Pokemon ever in DPP. Like, it has stats. It has pretty good stats for this gen. The fighting weakness is maybe a bit of a problem. There is a Gengar, but if they catch the Gengar on the switch with the coverage move, like, that's a lot of damage. Heracross is also fighting resist, but do you really want to be relying on that to eat, like, close combats? It's not the bulkiest thing in the world. Every other... I like how there's no neutral here. It's a sea of green and then the two reds. Um... Yeah, this team might have some issues with a few... with, like, water and fighting, but you do have an immunity each. You have another resist. That might be fine. I mean, Quagsire doesn't have Unaware this gen, right? So it's always going to be Water Absorb. So that might just be fine. Do have to worry about, like, Water spreading HP Grass for Quagsire, though. And Gengar's probably not... is definitely not the sturdiest fighting resist ever. PZ is also pretty good. I like PZ. I had it in last DPP, and I got, like, playoffs MVP. Me when I only run special attacking moves on my Gyarados moment. I do really like this top 4. I think it's pretty good. The Quagsire is a bit overpriced for tier 2, but it does its job, right? It's a rock resist. It's a water resist, which this team really needs. Like, it's just the stats are so unimpressive, right? Without Unaware. I mean, they're not as unimpressive in DPP, but I feel like when Gastrodon's tier 3, I don't see why Quagsire would be tier 2, right? I know Storm Drain doesn't work, so Quagsire has the water immunity over it, but I mean, Gastro still has better stats, right? The speed tiers here are not bad. You do have a Mon faster than Infernape. You do have 2 at 100 plus. PZ Hera. Those are pretty good. It's a solid team. The Electrics are like the buzz. This one's mid as fuck, but that's fine. Low tier Electrics are fine anyway, and they just click. I mean, they don't click Volt Switch any in this gen, right? But they're a little less fine now. But there's no Spinner. But like you have a Spike immunity here. You have, I mean, basically a T-Spike enjoyer here. There's a rock resist here. Your rock weakness is a Typhlosion, which, like, not great because of eruption damage, but it'll do. I mean, you also have another Levitator here. Seems not bad, though. It's pretty solid. I can put it in A tier. Firmly below Sark. Next up, we have the Enchide Entei, coached by Kat and Frank. And yep, that they copied my Resurgence team. If you'll consult the thing, yeah, we have an Infernape, we have a Gyarados, we have a Bronzong. There's no Bronzong here because it went twice in round 1. There's definitely not gonna be a Bronzong here. But there's a Fori. I mean, the Fori clicks spikes, it clicks T-spikes, it clicks spin. It clicks boom. Boom is pretty good this gen. I mean, Fori fucking sucks. I mean, if you've seen the light, you know how much this mod sucks. But in DPP, it's like it does the thing, and it does it just barely good enough this gen to like warrant existing. But yeah, Infernape Gyarados. How do teams beat these two Pokemon? Right, this is a lot lower power level than like 8mon A team with like 90 points for 8 Mons. So these two Mons are gonna go crazy. Like I could see both of these going like top 10, maybe a top 5 and like in like kill leaderboard, right? Tangrowth in DPP, I'm not sure what this guy does in DPP. There's no regenerator. It has pretty good physical bulk still, but I mean, 50 speed def is really not good, right? There's no regenerator for passive healing, so you're forced to synthesize whenever you take chip. There's no assault vest to fix the special bulk. There's like you could switch this into a water type, but like even like a specs like surf is gonna do more than you'd like, and you can't really regen out of it, right? So you're kind of just forced to synthesize at that point. Like pretty strong special water moves are concerned. You do have Gyarados, but that's a physical water. Like you'd want your opponent to have a Gyarados, so your Tangrowth can check it. In theory, Nidoking's not bad. I had it in season 11. I have it again. Like it clicks rocks, it clicks T spikes, it can taunt. It has like every coverage move ever. It's a pretty good lead. Which is really important, actually. I should have been looking at mons that can lead on people's teams. But as far as leads go, Nidoking is pretty RA, right? It's a tier 3. It doesn't have sheer force, but it doesn't really need it because it has more than enough utility this gen, right? It's a solid rocker, it's a solid T-Spiker, which means 40 can probably just be on spiking duty, like regular spikes. Mizzy's not the worst spin blocker ever. It's also a tier 4, right? It's pretty decent value. There's another Electabuzz. Absol can Pursuit Chop some Pokemon, for sure. Right, 130 attacks, pretty big. Right? We have Hashstein's brother. Uh, also an extra rocker. There's a lot of rockers on this team. And then there's an Ursaring. Got some quick feet. I mean, this thing can do things for sure. It has 130 attack. If you need the speed, like you can make a quick feed. If you just want to get like a raw breaker into a team like I believe he plays Luke. Yeah, Luke should be in in their conference. Right, you run like a fast Ursaring that can like outspeed these two. I think they can uninvested these two. Like just click Guts Facade, outspeed, and like just break these mons, right? Like Ursaring can definitely cook here. I mean, this top two is really scary. I think the supporting cast is pretty decent. You have Absol to remove some annoying mons. It's a really good team. I can't really like. I mean, Inferno can just U-turn into anything, right? You technically have Baton Passers as extra pivoting. Half the team gets taunt. Half the team, 60% of the team gets taunt. This is 10 mon, not 11. Close enough. I mean, yeah, it's Infernape Gyarados, right? That's a really good core in general. It's gonna be even better here because the average team's gonna be weaker. So this is just gonna be like really fucking good. I think I can just give this probably. Is it better than Sark's? Probably. Is it S tier? I'm gonna put it like S tier for now. We'll see how things look by the end. Alright, our next team. It's my team. So, there's this guy. There's very, very well-known, well-regarded person who once said, "Don't reveal all your techniques in a YouTube video. You fool. You moron." So you know what? I'm not going to reveal all my techniques in a YouTube video. We're gonna rank Sniper's team next. I'm gonna rank the team later. I'm just not gonna say anything about it. No comment on anything. Alright, so we have a Magnezone, this fucker, a Slowking, Hariyama, Shaman, Rampardos, Floatzel, Vespiquen, Ghastly, and Stantler. What the fuck? Like, no, seriously. What the fuck? What are we doing here? What do any of these Pokemon do? Like, okay, sure, Ghastly spin blocks. Cool, it dies. And it doesn't spin block anymore. I mean, like, it's 80 speed. I guess you could Destiny Bond something. Or, like, Paid Split with your 30 base HP. I don't know what Statler does. It has Intimidate, sure. What are its stats even? I mean, like, it can probably eat some physical hits with Intimidate, but, like, I mean, I just don't see the vision here. I really do not. Um, the top end also, like, Shaman is the best Pokemon on this team. Magnezone at 1A is a bit overpriced. Like, if Raikou is 1B, I don't see why Magnezone should ever be 1A. Donphan at 1B as well. Like, this is a solid one in this gen. Like, it's like the next best spinner after Starmie, probably. It also just does decent damage, right? It has a pretty high attack stat. Like, you can just click EQ sometimes. But there's also way less Rotoms this gen because it's Rotom Appliance instead of every Rotom form being separate. So Donphan can have a much easier time spinning this season. So it's not the worst thing ever. I just would never pay 1 beam type money for this Pokemon. I mean, like, Hariyama's pretty solid. Like, my team has a Hariyama, and I think it's pretty solid. Like, tier 3, it just click CC. Take Fat's a good ability, Guts is a good ability, right? Scares off the T-Spikers. Magnezone's also a Steel type, Shaman has natural here, Donphan's a good spinner, right? So, Ralphan's also your rocker. Head can also rock, but, like, Head is gonna do head things. I mean, it's Head. I would hope it does Head. Um, Slowking without regenerators is interesting again. It's the same thing with Tangrowth. Like, it just doesn't do what it wants to do without the passive regen healing. It's gonna be forced to like slack off in this case instead of synthesize a lot more. I just don't see the vision. Like, this is the best Pokemon on the team. And like Shaman being your best Pokemon is not ideal. I mean, it's not the worst thing you can have for your best mon, but I just I mean, I know it's a sniper draft, right? And sniper's gonna cook with this team somehow, but I don't see the vision. I just don't. Like, I guess Magnus will trap steals, Shaman clicks like Spec Sea Flare all the time, or Head clicks Head Smash with the steals gone, but I mean, I guess that could work. I just don't know how well it's gonna work. Maybe. I mean, 58. How fast is Rampardos? Let me check. 58. If you give it a choice scarf. I mean, that's not bad. 236. That's 350. That's like 350 something. That was speeds base 110s, I'm pretty sure. So maybe that does work. You see, Gil, Magnezone has the Steel type. It does have the Steel type, but it's not the greatest Steel type at being a Steel type necessarily. Like, on Magnezone drafts, I'd want, like, a second, like, actual Steel. Obviously, you can't really do that in DPP, right? The Steel pool is very limited. Um... I wanted to review all our strats on stream. We are not doing that. I mean, Scarf Head could do something like Spec Shaman. Maybe there's a vision there. I just don't know how good the vision is. Magnezone's the flying resist, so is Head, but Head does not have good bulk. Um, I mean, I just don't know if the draft is strong enough to like because I remember Sniper's last draft. It was some complete bullshit. It was what? Jirachi, like a tier 2 Snorlax, a Gyarados, and like a one of the Rotom appliances, Frost, I think. Like, that team was like title winning caliber, right? This team, I don't think is title winning caliber. I don't think it's great, but maybe there's something there. Maybe. Like, it's gonna have to be these 6 mods because these 4 are I mean, I did use Floatzel last season. It wasn't the worst Pokemon of all time. It's not the greatest. I mean, what the hell? What are we doing? I need these Pokemon on my screen. Where's my... It's probably a low B tier team. Next up, we have the Lunby Luxray, coached by Daniel. Okay, so we have a Jirachi. That's crazy. Imagine drafting Metagross over this Pokemon, am I right? We also have a Dragonite, Arcanine, Rotom, Leafeon, Venomoth, Gastrodon, Sudowoodo, Kecleon, and Lopunny. Um, so we do have Kecleon for rocks. This isn't a bad Pokemon, the Kecleon. I think I mentioned to Yaga, like, if a catastrophe happens and, like, all the tier 3 normals get taken, like, we could get this as our, like, ghost resist, because it has a pretty good spin def stat. It has rocks, it has recover, it has, like, T-Wave as well. It has some pretty neat utility. I can see this Pokemon coming to games. Venomoth can do stuff. It can do Spec Scintillance. It can T-Spike. It can pivot with U-turn, which is pretty decent. Gastro's a pretty decent water, all things considered. It's also a rock resist, which is not bad, because it takes the pressure off Jirachi to be a rock resist, which is a similar reason why Yaga and I have a Swampert, because it's a rock resist that isn't weak to ground. That was the key factor. Rotom regular is not bad. It's not as bulky as you'd like a Rotom to be, but if you, like, invest in its bulk, it's not terrible, and it'll do the job as a spin blocker. Right, and it also has Levitate, so it's not only a spin blocker, but, like, if hazards go up against you, you're not taking spikes or T-spikes, you're neutral to rocks as well, which is really important because this team does not have a spinner. And if you'll notice, there's an Arcanine and a Dragonite, and those mons are weak to rocks, which is not ideal. I have a Dragonite Arcanine team in the team tour, actually, but that one has a spinner. It's a terrible spinner. It's a fucking Sandslash because all the half decent ones got taken, but there's a spinner, right? It's actually very similar, actually, because that team tour team also has a Swampert, but here it's a Gastrodon. It's close enough, right? Um, and then obviously a pretty good Steel type in Jirachi. I mean, Jirachi is probably the best Pokemon on the board. This is a really good team. I just wish there was a spinner for the Dragonite. Like, Arcanine, sure, but the Dragonite is so good. And if you give it a spinner, it's insane. But there's no spinner here, which isn't ideal. Leafeon's not bad. It's a pretty good EQ resist. You'd want one for Jirachi. You want one for Arcanine. Gastrodon's not the greatest at taking EQs, right? It has a pretty low defense stat. You can invest in it and it, like, does the job. But having a really good EQ resist is really nice on a team like this. The rock situation, yeah, it's not ideal. There's 3 rock weaknesses. I mean, one of those Venomoth. That's fine. But you do have the Jirachi, you do have the Gastro. There's no dark resist. Jirachi's neutral to it, obviously, in this gen. It's also neutral to Ghost. No dark resist is probably fine. I think that's very manageable. I think Spadef Darks, like, you could throw a Kecleon or a Gastro at them. Fizdef Darks, you can have, like, a Leafeon. And Arcanine Intimidate will do the job as well. You do have to be mindful of the Rotom getting Pursuit Trapped, since it's not very bulky, but it's a really nuts team. I just wish it had any spinner. He got shy, didn't commit to Arcanine. I mean, I've said... I mean, if I mix and match, it's kind of funny. Like, I can say Arcanine, Arcanine. I mean, I do whatever I feel like, and I felt like saying Arcanine because I knew someone was gonna mention it because it'd be funny. Arcanine. No, I don't see it. And yeah, it'd be the Arcanine. It'd be the Dragonite. That's the one. That's the one I should be saying. I mean, there's a Jirachi, right? I mean, it's a Jirachi Dragonite. Does it really matter that there's no spinner? Like, this team is kind of just crazy anyway. I like the Arcanine. I like the Rotom. I like the Leafeon. I like the Venomoth. I like the Gastrodon. I don't know what this does. I like this Mon, actually. Shockingly. I mean, it's it's a lot, but here, right? I mean, like, But I think I'm gonna have to give this draft a pretty high rating as well. Probably S tier. Is it better than Cats and Franks? I mean, is it better than Infinite? Don't, I mean, they're both really good. I think I'm gonna put it lower just because it doesn't have a spinner. If it did, it would be way higher. Next, we have the Munster Munchlax, not Munster from Germany, which I thought it was at first. Um, so we have Rotom Appliance, represented as Rotom Wash in this. Swellow, most overpriced Swellow of all time. Steelix, Umbreon, Shitmonslop, Entei, Executor, Kingler, Mascot Pick Munchlax with no Eviolite, and Wormadam all. I just put trash in here because if he brings anything else, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. I mean, like, if you bring the other two, I I mean, maybe you bring the what's the one? Sandy's the ground one, right? Maybe Bug Ground might be like a uniquely decent defensive typing in a matchup. What's the fighting resist? It's a Rotom, that's pretty good. Executor and maybe Wormadam can be bug resists, but I mean you have a Rotom. The fighting weakness is not a weakness with the Rotom in your team. Rotom's also your flying resist. Steelix is also a flying resist, that's fine. You have Steelix as a quad rock resist. Shedmonslop also resists it, but that's fine. I mean Shedmonslop's a spinner, but it does have foresight. So it can spin against ghosts, but I mean, it's just a really mid Pokemon, and it's tier 2. Like, this is so expensive, but it is a spinner. The thing is, you have a Rotom Appliance, right? Rotom Appliance is the best spin blocker in the game. It's probably outside of like Ubers, obviously, because shit like Giratina Origin exists. Outside of Ubers, Rotom Appliance is probably the best spin blocker in the history of Pokemon, and you don't have any spikes. You don't have spikes. You don't have toxic spikes. What are you spin blocking? You are spin blocking like, oh, rocks from Steelix. That's crazy. Like, this is such a waste of a Rotom Appliance, honestly. The Steelix is not bad though. Dumbreon's not bad. Wish Pass into Steelix or Rotom Appliance are pretty good. You could also Wish Pass the Shitmonslop. This Umbreon has to do a lot of heavy lifting on this team. Entei's not bad. I mean, Swellow, I wouldn't pick Swellow at tier 2 ever. If this was a tier 3, I'd be a lot happier about it, right? I mean, Kingler is a Kingler. I mean, I think it gets agility. It should. Let me check. Kingler. Oh, you can click agility with this Pokemon. 130 attack's really high. You can make things work, right? I mean, you get Crabhammer as your stab. It doesn't get Waterfall. Oh no, you're gonna lose a game to Crabhammer miss, aren't you? You have like Rock Slide X as your superpower. It's not bad. You have like Return as neutral coverage. Like, this Kingler can definitely put in work. You don't have a bulky water though. This is your water. Rotom Wash counts as half, I guess, if you bring it Wash. Swallow as tier 4, tier 2. That was the other Irish person who did that, but yeah. I rate the crab. I also rate the crab. I think the crab can cook. Yeah. Like, you give it an agility, 130 attack's really high in this gen. I think it can put in work for sure. Munchlax without Eviolite. It's 135 HP still. I'm not sure how bulky this is without Eviolite. It is DPP. The average power level's lower. Maybe it works. I'm not convinced. I mean, it'll eat special hits for sure. I'm not convinced it eats physical hits. But maybe. We'll have to see, I guess. And then the Wormadam's a Wormadam. I mean, it's not worth a damn. Got him. I mean, the Umbreon has to do a lot of heavy lifting here. The Rotom Appliance is not at its fullest potential, I don't think. The Swellow's kind of mid. The Entei's not terrible. You do have a decent enough spinner for it. I say that because of Foresight, not because Shitmon Slop's a good Pokemon. Executor is your grass. It's not great, but I mean, if you're drafting a tier 4 grass that isn't like Leafeon, then I feel bad because they're none of them are good, right? Like you look at the fucking tier 4s. Like I mean, Abomasnow sets up like hail. Like this Pokemon's really mid. This mon's mid. This mon's mid. Why? I mean, this one's pretty decent. This one's not the worst thing ever. Meganium and DPP, it's like draftable. I mean, this is just a spike shitter, right? Like, if you had. What conference is he in? If he's in. What? No, I'm checking what conference this fucker is. Where is. Sky, you can get a fucking Roselia, bro. You drop this Executor for a Roselia, you click spikes, and your Rotom appliance gets value now. You can just do that. The speed tiers are not bad. I mean, the gap here does not fucking matter. The only mons that matter here are 110s and 108 Infernape, maybe 105s. None of them can run Monist or Adamant anyway, so that's fine. And you have a mon that's faster than 108. It's not a bad team. I just wish you had spikes for this guy. That's the one major criticism I have. I do like this is good, this is good, this is good. I rate this, I rate this. I just don't rate the other half of the team essentially. But I think you have some pretty decent mods here. So I'll put this in B tier for now. Up next, we have another Irish player. Sorry, another British player. So we have Starmie, Togekiss, Mamoswine, Blaziken, another Steelix, Leafeon, Weezing, my goat Lantern, guy. I mean, yeah, him, and a Eradicate. I mean, if you're playing a Nuzlocke, maybe this Eradicate does something, but I mean. I don't know, man. It's Eradicate. It does have U-turn. I take it back. This one's like usable. Leafeon should have Baton Mass as well. I don't know why it's not listed on the dock. It's the same issue as Glaceon, I guess. I fight him week 1. Can you repeat all the weak spots? You mean you fight David week 1? The weak spots are the ones that are not highlighted here. These ones all suck. So this team's pretty decent. Togekiss at 1A, this is probably a lower end 1A Pokemon. But like, I mean, you run Scarf Air Slash, you probably win a game off that, because I mean it's just kind of bullshit, right? Starmie's really good. Starmie's really fucking good. Like, it's the best spitter in the game. It's a really fucking good Pokemon. Right, you can run offensive Starmie and hit really hard with it. Right, you run like Specs or like not Life Orb. That item sucks. Right, you run like Recover 3 attacks if you don't need to spin, or you run like a bulky set with like Recover, Spin, 2 attacks. This one probably needs like 5 moves every game, but I mean, hey, it wishes it could run like Spin as a 5th move, so it could have 4 real moves every game. Is the issue with Starmie, but like it's a really good Pokemon. Mamoswine this gen. Mamoswine I don't like. It doesn't have Ice Stab. I mean, it has like. Does it get Ice Fang? I think it does, right? It's that or Avalanche, I think. I mean, have fun, right? Have fun. This Pokemon gets walled by Mate Vidra, bro. It's so over. It is so over. It also doesn't have. I mean, it quote unquote has knockoff, but 20 power, right? It's not dealing damage, that's for sure. Blaziken's not bad. It's basically a discount Infernape. It doesn't U-turn, and it's not as fast. It hits a little harder, right? It's missing CC. It's missing Slack Off, I guess, is a move. It's missing like a lot of utility. It doesn't get taunt. I'm pretty sure Infernape gets taunt. I mean, I can fucking check. Yeah, Infernape gets taunt. That's fine. Like, it doesn't get taunt. It doesn't get rocks. It doesn't get U-turn. Right? It's missing a lot of utility that Infernape Pass, it's missing speed. But for tier 3, like, Infernape Light is a pretty good tier 3, I'll be honest. It gets Fang and Shard. Yeah, I mean, Ice Shard, but, like, that's not, like, a damage move. That's, like, a cleanup move, or, like, a check the hyper offense mode move, right? Steelix is not bad. It's a pretty decent Steel type. Picking up a Steel type, like, Steelix in round 5 is honestly not bad. Um, I feel like by round 5, I'd have expected every half decent Steel type to have gone already, so this is pretty nice pickup. Leafeon's also pretty nice pickup. I mentioned it before. EQ resist, has Wish Pass, has Baton Pass for pivoting. It can do damage for sure. 110 attack's pretty good. Right, it has a respectable speed tier to some extent as well. 95's not bad. Weezing is a pretty decent mod. It does not have neutralizing gas this gen. I don't know why the doc says that. I mean, but sure, just pretend this isn't real. I can just delete that. That's fine. Does Weezing really not T-Spike this gen? Or is this another dock bug? Weezing. T-Spikes. Does not T-Spike this gen, really? Okay. I don't like this one nearly as much now, but like, it's a pretty solid Fizdef mon. Do you really need another Fizdef mon when you have a Steelix and a Leafeon though? I'd have liked something with with more Spadef, right? Togekiss is your token Spadef mon, which doesn't feel amazing. Lantern's not bad. You Scarf it or Specs it, trust me. I got like 15 kills with it. This Pokemon sucks, this Pokemon sucks. I mean, this 8 is really good though. I mean, if you count like these two as half a mon, it's basically a 9-mon team, but like these 8 are pretty good. I'm not the biggest fan of Mamoswine. Weezing is also kind of okay. I wish it had T-Spikes though. If it had T-Spikes, it would be really nice. You have Steelix, Mamoswine, Rockers, that's fine. Weezing just Willow Paints Blipbot until a Psychic type walks in. Pretty much, yeah. If you hit your Will-O-Wisps, right? Welcome to DPP. You don't get Cybertron. This is a good team though. Is it S tier? I mean, it's Starmie. Next best one's a Togekiss, which isn't terrible. It's pretty good for DPP standards. I'm not sure if it's S tier. I'm gonna leave it top of A for now. It might be a bit better than Sark's. No, I quite like the Roserade actually. I like the Spike's potential. Alright. Scunbuns. We have the other Kingdra. The Breloom, Registeel, Espeon, Ludi, Piloswine, Electivire, Swallow, Pinsir, and Togetic. Okay. So remember how the Paraspiritomb was infinite weather setters with no weather. This is infinite weather, but no weather. So we have the Kingdra and the Ludi, right? We will be clicking manual Rain Dance. That's for sure. There's no spikes or T-Spikes. Swallow doesn't get that. I know that for a fact. You have a pretty good rocker in Registeel. Registeel's just a pretty good mod in general, right? Has a lot of really good utility. T-Wave, Rocks, Counter, Boom. I had to prep against one. I would know. It does a lot of things. You do technically have Wish Pass for it. The Espeon could be a Wish Passer, but it's probably just gonna be clicking like Spec Psychic or like Shadow Ball sometimes. Maybe pivoting with Baton Pass. That's honestly, you could probably run like Wish and then fast Baton Pass into your Registeel. That sounds pretty heat actually. I kind of rate that. I mean, you can also just hard switch, but like, if you have the move slot to spare, you can Baton Pass, right? The Breloom's not bad. I mean, you do have to be mindful of potential Lumberries, right? People are gonna be running those. I'd expect, right? But Poison Heal's really good. That's basically like no one's bringing T-Spikes into Breloom, Registeel, Swalot, right? So the removal here is no. Just fine. The only rock weakness is a Togetic, which is a Togetic. It's not coming. Oh, Pinsir is a rock weakness. That one's probably also. I mean, it might come to a game or two, but that's fine. If your shitters are your rock weaknesses, like who cares, right? And you have a really good Edgequake. I mean, this is the best Edgequake resist in the game. I'm pretty sure. No, Flygon's better. Flygon is better. What else resists Edgequake? I think that's it, right? Like Skarmory's neutral. But it may as well be a rock resist. Breloom resists both. Flygon resists both. That's definitely a better Pokemon. I think Torterra resists both, but Bronzong also resists both. Breloom is a really good Edgequake resist, so this is like the one team that doesn't lose to Edgequake. Like Kingdra's really scary. Ludi's like okay. Like Registeel's gonna be hard to take down. Espeon can do some damage. Breloom can be annoying. I like this top 5. This Pokemon's dog shit. I had it in season 11 and I traded it out mid-season because I never found myself wanting to bring it because it fucking sucks without Eviolite. Evire is kind of mid, but it does the job. Swalot can do cool things. It's a pretty good team, honestly. I would never draft a team like this because, like, I don't like weather, much less, like, manual weather. But it works. Yes, resist the Registeel, that's fine. Kingdra's the only fire resist. Ooh. That's not great. That's really not great. It is a quad resist. But Kingdra's not a defensive mon, right? So that's kind of concerning. Togetic's not the worst Wish Pass partner. I mean, if it had Eviolite, maybe I'd see the vision, but it doesn't quite have Eviolite. 55 HP as well. That's really low. That's the same problem I have with Spiritomb, but it doesn't have an HP stat, and it doesn't have a speed stat either. Right? Like, it's Rock's weak as well. So its bulk is just not there this gen. But Espeon could maybe do the job sometimes. None of the evolutions show Baton Pass, but they all have it. I mean, come on. Jolteon's been clicking that in ADV OU for over 20 years now, right? There's no U-turn. That's fine. You do have that for Baton Pass. It's a good team. I rate it. Where is Skunbuns? I don't like it as much as like these two, as the two Irish, but might be. I think it's better than Subzance. Is it? It's like somewhere in this range for sure. Click the rain dance button and pray. Yeah, but I think like there's enough tools that you can both like you can get the rain up, and you can do damage with it. Like these two can do things. I think I'll put it below Subzan. Just because Rain is inherently a more hit or miss playstyle, right? And I think it's fine to be like bottom of A tier probably. Up next we have. Yeah, this is a stall team. This is definitely a stall team. This is Uber Snipes, if I recall correctly. Coach of the Shannon Stantler. We have the mascot pick that doesn't do anything, I think. We have Hippo and Baby Hippo on the same team. This is elite counter teaming for like the Abomasnows, because if your Hippowdon dies and you manage to kill the Abomasnow, thinking and your opponent's like, oh, their Hippowdon's dead. I'm gonna send in my Abomasnow and reset the sand, and then you bring the Hippopotas in. Like we're cooking. We are cooking. This team fucking sucks, by the way. This doesn't have Unaware. This doesn't have Eviolite. This doesn't have Eviolite. This doesn't have Eviolite. What the fuck is this Pokemon doing here? What is this Pokemon doing here? I mean, like, you're drafting a Synthesis Mon on a Sandstall team, right? Like, you're drafting Sandstall without Clefable. Like, what are we doing? I mean, I don't think you can afford Clefable, Skarm, Hippo, because Hippo's a 1A for some reason. It really should be like a 1B caliber mon, but that's fine. Right, because it's 180 plus 180, and then you have 60 to spare because of the clef. Yeah, no, you can't afford all three, which sucks. Because if you had all three, this would be really fucking good. But Set Stall and Sky throwing up. I mean, yeah, but Obama's the 1v10s this team. Honestly, yeah, it does. It literally does. I mean, I don't know if it beats Skarmory. P2 might be a bit. I mean, P2 is not that bulky, but like you can just pelt it with blizzards, right? I mean, this team is. There's 4 fucking ground types. Holy shit, says Heatran. Unfortunately, I don't think Heatran cares because the Gyarados on that team is going to win this game immediately. I mean, okay, Skarmory is going to live ahead and click Whirlwind, but that's fine because it comes back in and does the thing again, and it wins for real. I don't know if it does. The Quagsire like has water absorb. The the water weakness is not great. You do have a Venusaur and a Quagsire, but again, you have a Synthesis Mon in Sand. So like, if this is just Subseed, like sure, but like Ice weakness is also atrocious. Magmar's the Ice resist, so you just lose the Specs Ice Beam, which is very cool. Because Skarmory can't neutral bulk through like, I mean, it can neutral bulk through like some special moves, but like, I mean, 1 in 16 chance to 2x crit, 10% freeze, right? The Skarmory's not gonna reliably be able to repeatedly switch into like Specs Ice Beams, right? But like, that's really not good. The Quagsire also has to do a lot of heavy lifting with like everything because there's 3 ground types it needs to check water moves for. You have Skarmory Venusaur for grass moves, which is fine, but I mean, there's a vision here. You just don't really have anything to like make use of the fact you're sandstalling people. There's no ghost type to spin block Skarmory spikes. There's no Pokemon that does like actual damage. Your highest attack stat on the entire team is Hippowdon. Across both attack and special attack. I mean, that says enough. I mean, get me where's this team? Is it worse than no weather but infinite weather? It's not. I don't think so. I think Skarm Hippo is just better than that team. Next we have Steeb. We have Beeve. My mom overheard this stream and thought you were from Dublin. Dublin? That's crazy, bro. Hello? Mom, I'm not American. The highest speed is fucking Magmar? Yes, the highest speed is the highest speeds are Magmar, Pikachu. You know your team is good, but those are your fastest Pokemon. Holy fucking shit, says my Metagross week 1. I mean, is your Metagross not just HP? Oh, you have to pick between HP Grass for Quag or HP Ice for Gligar or Fire for Skarm. You just boom on everything. It doesn't matter. You click CB boom and a Mon dies. Steve, I mean, Bronzong D9 Roserade. This is super filthy. Like, actually so disgusting. It's another D9 team with 0 hazard removal. But like, you have infinite hazards with Roserade Bronzong. You have a good enough spin blocker in Dusknoir. Melting's a backup rocker. This is a backup rocker. This is a backup spiker. This team, sure, it's not going to remove hazards. It's basically doing what Pudding did, where you send out Roserade, you stack every spike ever, and you say like, okay, my team is going to beat yours first with hazards. You can set up your hazards. I'm gonna set up mine. You're not removing mine, and I'm not even gonna think about removing yours. I'm just going to do damage, and I think it works. I mean, Pudding did win with a Roserade and a good spin blocker. It's a better spin blocker, to be fair. It was a Rotom Mo, but good enough. Bronzong is also pretty hazard resistant. It resists rocks. It levitates above spikes. Would like a spinner for D Knight, but I mean this is gonna be another S tier team, right? Sure, it's not a Jirachi, but I think Bronzong does the job here. I also like the bottom like Mons, like Trode, Glalie, Sharpedo, Camerupt. I feel like you could do a lot worse than this. Glalie is probably the best tier 5 on the board. Trode, it can boom, it can like electric move, it's really fast. 140 speed this gen is kind of funny, but it still outspeeds everything. It doesn't matter. Like Dave can do stuff. Sharpedo is interesting. It has a speed stat. It's strong, but like, how do you bring it in, right? You just don't bring it in on anything. Maybe like a spec psychic you bring it in on, right? If only it had a pursuit, I would have liked it a bit more, but it does the job. Steve says he doesn't sweat and he happens to have no red on the type chart. I mean, like, I don't know how much planning you have to do. Maybe it happens naturally. Maybe he plans it out, but yeah, there's no red, which doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing. Like, okay, there's no red on dark, but the resist is a Sharpedo, right? I mean, okay, Bronzong can probably neutral bulk through dark types, but what does Bronzong do to a dark type? There's no body press, right? Maybe Gyro Ball, depends how fast the dark type is, right? Is the thing. But it's a really good team. Like, I have no complaints with this. I mean, I have one complaint. The D Knight doesn't have a spinner on the team. But besides that, I don't have any complaints. Like, it's a solid team from top to bottom. I'm going to give it S tier as well. It might be the best team in the league. I voted Steve to win the league because he's both probably the best player and has a top like 2 or 3 draft at worst, right? This team is pretty nuts. Next we have another Irish, Zephyr of the Armor Gaplin. So we have Togekiss, Mismag, Weavile, Kabu, My Goat, Lantern, another Trode. Why is there a Trode here? I mean, it boobs, sure. Shetty, Corsola, the most overpriced bird of all time, and Huntail. Okay, what is happening here? What is happening here? I mean, we ignored the tier 4 Swallow. That's tier 2, actually. If only it was tier 4, you know, that would be nice. I mean, what is happening here? What is happening with any of these Pokemon? Like, okay, Kabu's a spinner for your Weavile Togekiss, sure. And your Swellow, I guess. Why is there a Swellow? You have a Togekiss! What are we doing? Like, okay, you have the best speed tiers of all time. That's great. Did you know that every base 100 can just run Modest or Adamant anyway, and your speed tiers are not actually that good? And like, Weavile, Togekiss are probably 2 of the weakest 1As on the board. Like, if you look at what available 1Bs, like, Celebi's probably better than both of them. Azelf went completely undrafted, and I'd probably pick it above either of those two. They're also both Rocks weak, which isn't great. Like, but all your top tiers are, like, Rocks weak. Like, okay, Kabu's a spinner, but, like, I mean, what is happening with this team? Like, there's a Mismag, sure. I mean, you have Rocks on Kabu and Corsola. Why do we have Kabu, Corsola, and then Togekiss, Swellow? Like, what are we doing here? Why is there a Huntail on this team? Why is there a Shetty? If you don't lead with the Shetty, it's never coming in because Kabu's your spinner. I'm convinced Zephyr has amnesia. Maybe. This is the worst team I've ever seen. Is it really worse than Wheel from last season? There's no way it's worse than Ariana Wheel, right? I mean, it's terrible, don't get me wrong, but is it worse than that? There's no way. Last season Fuller pre-trades is worse. I mean, the Darmanitan's an int, but like, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen, besides the Darm. It's insane how shit this is. The Sand and the fake Wonder teams are compared to the rest. Honestly, yeah, like, as far as, like, teams go, I feel like, I mean, let's just move next. What did my boy Lantern does not deserve this team, okay? That's all I'm saying. Um all right. Oh my god, a competent team with another Kabu, but that's okay. We have Larios, Nidoqueen, Magneton, Milotic, Primeape, Drifblim, Meganium, Kabu, Quilava, and Parasect. Okay, so this Quilava is not being brought. This Parasect looks like Spore sometimes, sure. I'll allow it. Larios is really good. It cannot Calm Mind. That is one thing it cannot do. It cannot Calm Mind. It would, I mean, it would be so broken if it could. It would be better than Jirachi if it could, but it can't. So it's not better than Jirachi. Nidoqueen's not bad. I mean, it's the same deal as Nidoking, right? It's a bit slower, it's a bit bulkier, it's a bit less damage, but like, Nidos are not about dealing damage this gen. So I'd say it's a bit better than Nidoking, right? Obviously, they should both be the same tier, but right, you have a good T-Spiker there. It's also a really good rocker. Magneton, again, I wish Magneton had a real Steel type alongside it, so it could do Steel type things, and this could focus on trapping. But sure, like Milo's pretty good. Queen does get pursued too. Yeah, yeah. The Primeape's not bad. It has U-turn. Does it have CC? Yeah, it has CC. Okay, that mont's pretty good. Drifblim is a ghost type. Sure. You could do worse. It's a tier 4, right? You get what you pay for with this one, essentially. It does have a burden still. Right, you can do some cool things with it for sure. The Meganium is like competent. Like as far as tier 4 grass types go, I mean it's not the worst for sure. I mean it has good stats, right? It's a starter, right? Starters just have good stats in general. Cabo is a spitter. It's the spitter of all time, but it's a spitter. Not sure how much you really need it when your rock weaknesses are ship mods, but sure. Like, Larios floats above spikes. Nidoqueen's a rock resist that absorbs T-spikes. This is a rock resist that is immune to T-spikes. Milo does appreciate it. Milo actually does really appreciate it. Like, okay, sure, T-spikes proc Marvel scale, but I mean, it's not terrible. Like, you don't want your Milo taking rocks, spikes, chip, and being forced to recover every turn, right? Every time it comes in. It's a pretty good team. The ice color is all over the place, but you do have a Milo, and freeze dry doesn't exist yet, so that's completely fine. The flying column is an issue. Magneton and Kabu are your flying resists. I mean, you can do worse than Magneton for sure. It is a quad resist, but it's not ideal. The Ghost Resist is also your Magneton. So Magneton has to do... See, this is why I said the Magnets require like a second Steel type behind them. Right? Because they need to trap, but they also need to do everything defensively. It's just a lot of overload on a Mon that isn't quite capable of doing all of those jobs at the same time, right? And you really need a good Ghost Resist for your Latias, right? That's like really important. Dark as well, but you do have the Primeape as a dark resist technically, but Primeape doesn't have a defensive stat, so it doesn't matter. This is a pretty good team though, as far as teams go. So I will put it, like here probably somewhere in A tier. Next we have the other Latias Nidoqueen team. This time with a real Steel type and a fake Steel type. And a Staraptor. And whatever the fuck happened here. I mean, Haunter's not the worst Pokemon ever. It has a speed stat. It has a good special attack stat. It has Levitate, so it has 3 immunities, so it can come in on some Pokemon. Despite having all the bulk of a
the fucking wet paper. This mon's mid. This mon's like mid, but like it's a tier 4, so that's okay. I mean, this mon clicks spikes, and it clicks sucker punch, and I'm pretty sure it gets pursuit. It's not the worst Pokemon ever, but it has no bulk, so that's kind of tragic. It has no bulk and no speed. And this Pokemon clicks T Spike, I guess. But like, you have T Spikes here, you have T Spikes here. Like, why is Ariados the tier 5? What does it do? Are we gonna spider web, but baton pass, and trap something for our Latios that cannot click Calm Mind? Like, I mean, like, I don't know what Ariados is doing here. Milo's basically a ghost resist anyway. Yeah, it probably is. No, you're right. It may as well be. My name is Harry Kent, and I love 80 speed Pokemon. This is true. This is basically an 80 speed Pokemon. Um, the rock weakness, you do have an Empoleon and a Nidoqueen. The problem is both of those are weak to ground, which is concerning. Right? Having a rock resist that isn't weak to EQ, is pretty valuable, I feel like, especially in these older gens. Um, Ice. I mean, Rapidash is a resist. Fori is a resist. Empoleon's a quad resist. You don't care. Fire weakness is pretty bad because your water type is not resistant to fire. So your fire resists are Rapidash and Latios. So Latios is gonna have to be switching into Specs Fire Blasts, which isn't ideal because on a team like this, Latios is your win con, right? You're running Specs Latios and dropping Dracos. You don't want to. You don't want to force it to have to switch into Specs Fire Blasts, right? I can't wait to click Sludge Bomb onto this team. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. There's just two immunities, two quad. Counter probably takes like 30 from a Spec Sludge Bomb. It might take more than 30, honestly. Um, yeah. I mean, sure, you don't click Sludge Bomb onto this team, but like, I mean, you click Specs Fire Blast. That's pretty good. If you have a Fire Blast mod, take notes. The speed tiers are fine. That's pretty good. Latios and speeds at Fernape, Rapidash the Raptor in the 100 plus range. You have two mods at 95, which is pretty cool. Nidoqueen at 76 forces 90s, 85s, 80s to be like plus speed. Like the speed tiers are pretty good. Empoleon can maybe be a win con actually. The Ariados does the spiderweb baton pass into Subsala no agility Pitaya Empoleon. That's the win con here. This team is so much worse than Harry's. What went wrong here? I've basically explained what went wrong here, and but how? How did it go wrong? Um, it's not the worst team ever. It still has a Latias. Does still have a Latias. That's like kind of important. And Staraptor can U-turn into guys. Like you do have plenty of hazards with these three shitters. And it works. It's probably like a low end B, high end C draft. I'm gonna leave it here for now. Maybe I'll move it up. Polion's actually going sicko mode this season. Hello, Rai. How did Everton go? I assume not great, or maybe it went great. I don't know. Oh, one football notification 36 minutes ago. Goal from Tierno Barry. I see. I knew it was going to be a 1-0 shithouse victory for Everton. Okay. Up next, we have the Liverpool Lynn. We have Joe. Lorraine at tier 5. It seems kind of nice with it. Yeah. Hold on, who got the assist? I hope it's I hope it was James Garner. I'm checking this right now. We are. Oh, never mind. James Garner got booked. Thanks, James Garner. Really helped me my FPL there. Okay. So low rating tier 5 is not bad, honestly. Like these stats are really good for a tier 5. They're the ice body lefties in snow. I too much modern gens, bro. Inhale. It's gonna be pretty good. The stall rate is gonna be real. That's gonna win a game single handedly. I'm sure of it. The stall rate is real. I Beedrill's a T spiker. I'll sure. I don't know what Shelgon does. Shelgon gets wish, right? Shelgon's a wish passer. It doesn't have Eviolite though. But I guess it clicks Bandit Outrage maybe? Question mark. We have a Shinmon Chan. I mean, it's a spitter, right? Driftblow is also a ghost type. But I really like this top four. This top four is super good. Heatran, Celebi, Vaporeon, Gliscor. That's so good. Like, I mean, this just beats entire teams. Like, just these four mods. You can have Stall Rain in the back. You can bring the T Spikes. You can have just no Stall Rain, but still Hail. Get some chip damage going. I mean, if it was like a Hippopotas, I would like it more. Like, you have the Gliscor's not allowed Sand Veil, right? It is not. Okay. But, I mean, Gliscor's immune to sand, Heatran's immune to sand. Like, that would have been nice as well. But, like, the Stall Rain angle is kind of fire, honestly. Um, but the top four is really good. The ice chart is, I mean, 1/8 resist. It doesn't need to be 1/8, right? If it's Stall Raid, it's basically 1/8 through all the passive healing, right? Like, that doesn't matter. Vaporeon is also an ice resist. He tries a quad resist. Like, that, I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't, I mean, it says red, but realistically, this is not a problem. Flying is a problem, though. Flying is a massive fucking problem. He tries the flying resist. I mean, if you can reliably like wish pass or leech seed to get it healed up, like yeah. If snow is up, it no longer heals with lefties, so that might be an issue. But you could probably play around that for sure. I mean, Gliscor should eat every Brave Bird. Vaporeon, there's no special flying moves, right? I don't think Hurricane exists yet. Air Slash might, but like, I mean, Togekiss is like the only one that does that, right? I mean, the flying weakness is also just like the fact that these two shitters exist isn't helping, but like these mons suck, so it doesn't matter. Low range neutral bulk probably eats most flying moves, I'd imagine. So maybe it's just fine. Offensive flying types are so rare. Yeah, that is true. Like, what do we have? We have Togi. We have what is flying? Dragonite doesn't have flying stab. I mean, I think it has like wing attack. Zapdos has like drill peck. Have fun clicking that move into a Heatran. Like, what else is flying? Arrow gets like wing attack. Sure, whatever. Raptor, Swallow. Swallow sucks though. That's the thing, and it just clicks like Guts Facade anyway. Yeah, like flying types are not that common, so I guess this isn't just an issue. I also worked off the assumption special flying isn't real. I mean, it is on like exactly Togekiss, right? Because of the flinches. Because like Zapdos doesn't get anything, it just clicks Drill Peck. Staraptor is a physical bond, right? Like it's not breaking a Gliscor. I think. I'd hope not. If Staraptor could break Gliscor, uh-oh. I mean, this is a good team. I mean, the bottom end is kind of like, it's kind of jank. The top four is so good. The Stall Rain can cook. Like the Abomasow's not terrible. Like the Hail can like do things. Oh, this can T-Spike as well, which is like whatever. It's a really good team. Is it S tier? I'm not sold by like some of these like low tier mods, right? If it was more like, if the low tiers were a bit better, I might give it S tier. I mean, this top four is so good though. Maybe I just give the top four S tier anyway. We already have 3 teams there. We'll figure it out. I'll put it top of 8 for now. Alright, next up, Clerical Fable. We have round 1 Tenta. What are we doing? We have a round 2 Arcanine. What are we doing? We have the Abomasnow.
There's no hail payoff though. This is just raw Abomasnow. There's no Stall Rain. There's no like other ice type to click like Specs Blizzard with. It's just the Abomasnow. Like, okay, sure. The first 3 rounds is the middest Firewater Grass core you've ever seen. And then you have a Registeel, which, sure, I mean, it worked out. Registeel's a good Pokemon. Clefable's pretty good, actually. That's the Hail payoff. That's the Hail payoff, yeah. Um, Haunch is pretty decent. What's the speed tiers on this team? Celebi's the fastest mon. Sure. I'll leave it top of 8 then. Tenta's your fastest mon. That's not good. That's really not good. Haunch, I mean, it's fine. It has Pursue, it does phase. Haunter exists. Guardy exists this gen. I mean, like, yeah, Diglett makes people think. I said what I said about Togetic with the other team that had it. I mean, like, sure, you have Clefable with a weather, but like, you kind of wish it was sand so you can run Registeel better. Because Registeel doesn't have reliable recovery, right? You either need to Resto Chesto it or you need to Wish Pass to it. I guess Clefable, Guardy, Togetic can do that, although Guardy and Togetic are kind of ass. And Clefable would probably rather run Soft Boiled than 3 real moves rather than Wish Protect, right? Like if it was sand, I would like it a bit more for the Registeel, but the snow, the hail probably works fine. Baniston after the uses team alive in reality, I guess like 1 kill and dies. Yeah, maybe. I'm not the biggest fan of Tenta Arcanine here. Like, okay, sure, the Tenta's a spitter for the Arcanine, and I guess the Abomasnow as well. The Clefable ignores hazards. The Haunter flies over half of them. The Tenta also absorbs T-Spikes, right? This team does not the most hazard weak ever. I'm just not the biggest fan of Tenta. I feel like it's kind of mid, and at 1B, I think it's massively overpriced. The Arcanine, I mean, the Arcanine is like, okay, right. You got the 2 good abilities on it. Like, it does the job. I mean, like, if I think Calm Mind Clefable's the win con here, but what if that mon just doesn't win? Like, what do we do? What do we do then, right? How else does this team even win games? Like, besides the Clef, like if we just pretend if this mon dies, does this team win games? Like, I don't see it. Like this Hunch Crew doesn't have Moxie yet, so it can't just sucker punch clean a team. My Raptor comments about Limb Draft. Yeah, I figured. I mean, I just read chat whenever I can. I don't. I need to tab out to see it, so I'll just see most messages late. But I kind of figured it was. Yeah, that checks out, honestly. But what is the Clefable? What does this team do without the Clefable? Like, actually, like if we just remove this guy, like what happens? Like how do these 9 Pokemon win a game of Pokemon? I just don't think they do, honestly. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see it. So, I mean, like, let's compare it to like the 3 like bottom end teams. How does this team win games? Hacks, I think. I don't think Weavile wins games in DPP. Neither does Mismag. How does it win games? Hippo Scar. That's how it wins games. I see the vision there. It's just the rest of the team around is really shit. How does this team win games? Gyarados DD, which is probably easier to win games with than like Calm Mind Clef, right? I don't know. I just think this team is ass. Maybe the Clef can just do it, but I mean, I don't see it. Like, it doesn't look as egregiously bad as like the bottom 3 teams, But I don't know how it wins games either, is the issue. Maybe I make it... I'm gonna put it here. I don't think this seems good. It's a Clefable. I'll put it here. I'll put it like bottom C. It might need like a C minus tier for it, probably. Tamina Mina, Waka Waka, That's an Infernape. That's pretty decent. That's a Jolteon. That's also pretty decent. That's a Uxie. That's also pretty decent. What the fuck happened with the other 7 Pokemon? Like, Spiritomb is mid. You do have a really good rocker in Uxie. Muck doesn't T-Spike yet. That's a Gen 9 edition, I'm pretty sure. Maybe 8, I might be wrong. Lapras exists. It's a cleric, I guess. It clicks Ice Shard, baby. It clicks like Ice Beam, and like the problem is your water type's weak to rock. Like that's so not good. Gabite is like the Pokemon of all time. Butterfree has like Compound Ice, Sleep Powder. It doesn't have Quiver Dance this gen though. That's the issue. That's like a Gen 5 move. So what does Butterfree do? Nothing, right? It clicks Sleep Powder and it U-turns out into like Infernape or Jolteon so they can actually accomplish something. Smeargle has every move in the game. It clicks Spore, it clicks Hazards. It's your Spiker and T-Spiker, effectively. And then Jumpluff does like Subseed bullshit, probably, right? Maybe it clicks Sleep Powder sometimes. But, I mean, as far as like, it does Subseed and it's fast. Maybe that does something. Mach also has like a unique defensive profile. It eats a lot of special hits. Like Pure Poison's also an interesting defensive type. Sticky Hold. I mean, Sticky Hold would be cooler in like a modern gen where Knockoff is a real move. I don't know what Stench does, to be fair. No competitive use. Incredible. I mean, Sticky Hold does stop Trick, to be fair. That's one thing it does. So that's not bad. Like, I like this top 3. I just don't know what the hell's happening with the top 7. Oh, what's the Ice Resist? It's a Lapras. And Infernape doesn't really count, I'm gonna be honest. Why's the Flying Resist to Jolteon? I mean, Uxie Neutral Bulk, sure, but like, I feel like Neutral Bulk works a bit better when your Pokemon has like Recover, or Roost, or like some other healing move, right? I don't know how well it works on a Uxie. Like, you're definitely on a timer, right? Like, okay, sure, Uxie can Neutral Bulk through every special move, or every Ice move, or every Fly move. But it can only do so for so long until it eventually perishes, and then your entire team folds. Um, like, you technically have Wish Pass support. Jolteon can Wish, but then your Jolteon's not dealing damage, so, like, you're not making progress. You're just kind of delaying the inevitable. The Rock Resist is a Gabite. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. You don't have a Steel type either, which isn't good. So Bandit Outrage or Specs Draco just goes crazy. I don't think Uxie can Neutral Bulk through those, I'm gonna be honest. Your Dark resists an Infernape. Your Ghost resists a Smeargle. Oh god. What I mean, like, this team has an Infernape and a Jolteon and a Uxie, but it's so bad. I'm making the C minus tier. This goes there as well. What color do I want? I'm gonna take this one and make this one. Oh fuck! God damn it! And make this one like dark blue. C minus. Actually, yeah, whatever, sure. I'm putting this here and I'm putting this here because it's disgusting. Please save me. Okay. Nottingham Noivern. There we go! That's a Rotom Appliance team. God damn, we have Rotom Appliance Skarmory. I had this once in a team tour, not this one, but the one before it. There was also a Sandstall team, which was kind of cool. I what is Jolteon doing here? What is Jolteon doing here? Like actually, like okay, the Jolteon on this team, sure. Why is there bro? You have a Rotom appliance. What are we doing here? What is it with Levi and drafting levitating ghost type, drafting a Rotom, and then drafting a Mon that does the same thing as the Rotom? The last season we had a Rotom regular and a Mismag. Now it's a Rotom appliance and a Jolteon. What are we doing? Okay, Jolteon doesn't do the same thing as a Rotom, but like it's a special attacking that Mon that shares a type with it. Rotom Scarm. That's what I wanted to draft this season. Yeah, I mean it makes sense, right? It's the best spin blocker in the game and the second best spiker in the game because DOD is legal. But if you ignore DOD, then yeah, Skarmory is traditionally the best spiker in the game. It works. It's really good. The problem is the rest of the team good? Um, maybe not. Maybe not. Like Rhyperior's good. It's a good rocker. Um, Jolteon's good. I don't know if I like it on a Rotom Appliance team. It's probably fine. I just think I'd like a different mod in tier 2 here, something that does like I mean you do have two of the best EQ immunities in the game, so that's fine. And like one of these is a Monferno you're never going to bring. At least I hope you're never going to bring that Monferno, because without Eviolite, I'm not sure what this mod actually does. I mean, sure, like Rhyperior is good. Toxicroak's okay. It's a T-Spike absorber. This team doesn't have a spinner. It doesn't need a spinner. I mean, it's Rotom Appliance Skarmory. Like, who cares, right? But the T-Spike absorber's nice for sure. Grumpig, I mean, sure. Some Mon with the Spadef stat that eats like Fire Blast for Scarm and like Ice Beam for Rhyperior. Like you could do worse than that. I don't know what Tangela does. It's a tier 5, and like yeah, it doesn't have a special bulk line. It doesn't have Eviolate. Wigglytuff, I don't know what that does this gen. I mean, it's probably bulky enough to do things, but right, because the power level is just generally lower. But like, if this was modern gen, imagine Wigglytuff passing wishes to Rotom Appliance and not healing a flat 50%. That would be so good. But it just isn't. Like, it's just a passive blob that wish passes, which is probably fine in this gen. But Crodon does nothing? Question mark? Does it even get Aqua Jet this gen? Like, maybe it does. It doesn't even get Aqua Jet. Like, what are we doing with this Pokemon? It has no speed. It has no priority. It doesn't have a knockoff. I mean, does but doesn't. Like, what are we doing with this Pokemon? Like, it is just bad. It's like it doesn't do anything. And Monferno's I mean, it's an Infernape pre-Evo, right? Like, it's just a C-Tech Infernape, basically. But it's a good Mon. 1 1/4. Oh, right, dry skin. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, what the fuck happened to your speed tiers? Like, you have a Jolteon, sure, but like, Infernape gets to run animate, or I mean, considering there's a Rhyperior, probably, and a Skarmory, probably modest into you. Like, base 100s don't, but like 105s do, 110s do. There's some scary ones. Latios gets to just be Specs Draco Meteor for free, and Skarmory can only eat so many of those. Like, it's a really good top 2, but like, I mean, I don't know where it went wrong from here, but it went wrong from there. That's all I know. Um, I mean, the type chart looks pretty clean. I mean, sure, the red on ground is the red, but like, it's Rotom Wash Skarmory. No one cares. No one's clicking EQ. Maybe someone clicks EQ into you, but they're not gonna have a good time. Um,
I mean, it's not the worst team ever, but it's not the greatest team ever. It feels very, very middle of the road. But I think these two can just like do stuff. It's probably around like sniper team range. That's my read on it. Garner hit 29 DEFCON today. God, if only he could get 4 points for hitting 12 points twice, that would be so nice. Um, Alright, next up we have Connor and Casper, because Connor's maining, apparently. I think Casper got scared about Pudding potentially returning, so he made Connor main, which is crazy work, but, that's fine. So we have the other round 1 Zong. We have a Raiko, which is pretty good. We have a Vaporeon to wish pass to the Bronze Zong, which is pretty good. We have a PZ, which is pretty good. I like that mod. We have a Gallade, which clicks CC, I'm pretty sure. It should have CC, so it clicks that, I guess. We have a Trapeon, which is not bad. It has T-Spikes, it has Pursuit, like, it has some neat stuff. It has some pretty good coverage. Torkoal's a spinner. You don't really need a spinner, but it's nice to have it, I guess. Mizzy's a ghost type, which is fine. You could do worse than that. You could do a lot better. You can do better. It's just there aren't that many better options, right? You get what you get what you can get, right? You have a Ninjask, which I guess could speed boost into like PZ Gallade. Maybe. I mean, yeah, I can do that. Dugong. What does Dugong do? Why we don't need a thick fat mon? So why? Like, what are we doing here with this Pokemon? I mean, you have a Raikou. Base 110s hit 319. Ooh, base 110s can run Animate or Modest, which isn't ideal, but it's fine. Oh, the Latios gets to click Specs Trick and then click Modest Draco Meteors after your Bronzong gets tricked Specs. You're gonna run Flash Cannon, HP Ice, like whatever. Shadow Ball probably for the Latios. Um, Electric weakness is a concern. There's no ground type, there's no grass type. Raikou's your electric resist. That's not great. That's not ideal, but maybe it works because Raikou comes in on the Specs T-Bolt and just Calm Minds in front of it. Maybe that's fine. The rock weakness, I mean, it's a Ninjask and a Dugong. That doesn't fucking count. It's a Torkoal as well. Like, it does not matter. The good Pokemon on your team are not weak to rocks, so I don't really count it. Do you have PZ as your Ghost Resist? Do you have Drapion as your Dark Resist? Drapion is also a Ghost Resist. No, that's fine. Tier I just asked him if he wanted the stats this time. I don't know. Tier 5 is shit anyway. I mean, yeah, but like, there was Walrein and Glalie, and you got a Dugong as your tier 5. That's kind of crazy. I mean, it doesn't matter, right? I mean, you only bring 6 Pokemon, right? Your 10th Pokemon can just be a shitter. It's just when, like your bottom, like, a lot are, like, completely useless. But, like, if it's just a Dugong, like, it's fine. Like, the other 9 Mons do things. The Dugong doesn't really have to. But I feel like you could probably have found something that does a thing. Is what I'm thinking. It's a good team, though. Like, I like the top 6. The Torkoal, Mizzy, Ninjask can do things. But you can probably bring the top 6 into most games and do well. Like, it's Bronzong, Raikou. Like, the Vaporeon PZ Gallade is not bad. It's a good team for sure. If I can find it here. I need to check Subzen's team again really quickly. It's also a PZ Evolution team. I think I like Connor and Casper's team a bit better. I like Zong Raikou more than like Hera Gengar. I like the Drapion.
I think it's a bit better than Sub-Zeds. I'm gonna move this down to B tier as well. I think Rain is not consistent enough for an A tier, probably. Next team, we have Christy, Uckfield Umbreon. We have Zapcoon. Okay, we are gaming. We are playing ADV. We're playing GSCOU. We're playing everything. I mean, we're playing deep. We can play DPPOU with these as well. I mean, the Rhyperior is pretty good. The Shitmod Slop is here. Houndoom is not terrible. It has like a speed stat. I don't like Zapdos being your speed cap. That's not great. But Zapdos is a really fucking good Pokemon this gen. This is like a top, like, 8 Pokemon in this format. It's probably better than. Um. I don't think it's better than, like. Is it better than Manaphy DOD with the complexes they have? It might be. It's not better than Jirachi Latias. I'd probably pick it over. I mean, it's not better than Metagross, but personal preference because of like meter mash accuracy, right? I rate this one a lot. Zapdos Suicune Low probably beats half the teams in this league. Yes, absolutely. This all right. When you look at a team, how does it win games? Zapdos Suicune. Yes, this wins games. Absolutely. Rhyperior is also pretty good. It's a good rocker. Shitmod Swap spins for the Zapdos. And again, it does have Foresight. So it can spin versus Ghosts, which is good for your Zapdos, which wins games. So like as much as I hate Shitmod Swap, it gets the job done in DPP, okay? It gets the job done. And that's good enough, honestly. Houndoom is not terrible either. Like, it has a good special attack stat. It has a very serviceable attack stat as well. It has moves like Pursuit, Sucker Punch. Zangoose does things. It has a good attack stat. It has a respectable speed stat. This can maybe click Agility and, like, clean a team late, or click Swords Dance and break. Eggy, like, it's okay. It does the thing. It's a tier 4 grass type. This is a T-Spiker, is nice. Venomoth is not terrible. I still don't know what Shogun does, and I still don't know what Shedinja does. I mean, I know what Shedinja does. I just don't know if it can in DPP. Like DPP, sure, Hitmontop can spin versus Ghost, but DPP is still the hardest. You have to fit Foresight into your move slot is the issue. Like, you have to commit a resource to that, and that just doesn't feel great. But yeah, I mean, Zapdos Suicune is gonna beat half the teams in the league, so this is already like B tier minimum. I do like the Rhyperior here. The Houndoom's not bad. Ice weakness is not a problem. You have a Suicune. That literally does not matter. The flying weakness is not a problem. You have Zapdos Rhyperior. That does not matter. And flying types are not real. The rock weakness, you have a Rhyperior and a Shitmod Slop. I don't like the fact that Rhyperior is weak to EQ, but like, it's EQ. Like, Rhyperior eats that. It has solid rock as well. Because Lightning Rock doesn't do anything, and I mean, it's a special attack boost anyway. It was never doing anything for a Rhyperior. No Steel type is concerning. Specs Draco can do a lot. And again, Suicune doesn't want to neutral bulk through Specs Dracos. At least not before it gets a Calm Mind or two up, right? And I mean, Zapdos probably can. But you want Zapdos to do more than just be a defensive mon this gen. You want it to, like, do damage for sure. Feels like we dropped this Zap Suicune at 8 fake mons. Rhyperior is real enough to me. Like, these are not great, but like, I see the vision here to spin for Zapdos. This is like a Pokemon. This is also a Pokemon. This is also a Pokemon. Right? Like, it doesn't matter that the bottom 3 is these 3 shitters. Like, Zapdos Suicune beats half the teams in the league. It's somewhere B tier. Where's David? This is also a shitball slub team. I like Christie's team more. So we're gonna move it up here. Why do I have so many Discord pings? Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh, it's for the team tour. They're trying to sort out lineups for it. Sure. Okay. Keep downplaying it. I have belief in that mon. I mean, it's not the worst thing you can draft, but like tier 4 grass types are kind of depressing. They're all so mid. All right, it's Techo time. I have the thing that says that this thing was a skip. It doesn't really matter. It's just nice to have. So we have Flygon, Blastoise, Staraptor, Mesprit, Regirock, Magmortar, Venu, Machoke, Perugly, and Luxray. Okay, sure. The Perugly has U-turn. I don't know what these two Pokemon do. These two Pokemon are not real. Flygon, Blastus, like the Blastus can spin, right? But like it enables Staraptor and Magmortar a bit better. Flygon Mesprit's not bad. Like you have a decent enough spinner. Like Blastoise gets the job done. So I season 11 team, yeah, pretty much, right? Like I think it was Flygon, Blastoise, Mesprit. I don't remember the rest. There was a Machamp in there. I guess there's a Machoke in here. I guess there's a Machoke in here. I don't know what the other mods were. They were probably not important. I think you might have had a Promo Pass there, right? I think. Speaking of Promo Pass, this team does not have a Steel type. You know what that means? You lose the Specs Draco Meteor. Like, actually. Like, Mesprit is not neutral Bokeh through Specs Draco Meteor. Not without recovery. Neither is Blastoise. Neither is this, I think. I mean, it could maybe live one and then synthesize, but Machamp probably tier 3 back then. Pretty sure it was 2. It was tier 2, yeah. I mean, it's 1B now. It's not even legal in the team tour. I mean, Machamp is legal, but no guard dynamic punch is not. Like that's the level we're at, right? I mean, Flygon's really good. Mesprit's pretty good. This guy's okay. This guy's fine. This guy's fine. But like, there's no Steel type, so you just lose to Specs or Draco or Bandit Outrage. You don't lose to Bandit Outrage. You have a Regirock. I mean, you just don't. You just literally do not. But you lose to Specs Draco. That is concerning. The Psychic resist as a Mesprit. That's not ideal, because it can just get Shadow Balled by the Psychic type that's in. Right, if you're expecting the Mesprit to come in, which it might just have to, otherwise your team just dies to Spec Psychic. Or like if it's like a Calm Mind Psychic, that can be concerning as well. You might be able to check it with like a Scarf Staraptor or Flygon in the back. You have 3 ground immunities, yeah, sure. And like Luxray isn't counting here. The ice resists are Thick Fat Perugly, sure, Blastus, and Magmortar, sure. I mean, it's not the worst team ever, but like, it has some pretty glaring flaws. The not having resists to like these two types, or like good resist to these two types, because you technically have a psychic resist. That's not ideal. Your flying resist, yeah. I mean, the flying types aren't real anyway. It's okay. Like, I could see how this can win games with the Flygon. What if the Flygon dies? What happens? Staraptor might be able to clean a game. It's not great, though. It's probably like here-ish. Maybe here. I'll leave it here for now. No, Melvin Sag. Yeah, Melvin was was like fucking flex tape. All right. Iserto. I played this guy week one. I'm I'm not going to say everything I want to say about this team because again, don't reveal all your techniques in a YouTube video, you fool, you moron. So I'm not going to. But it has a Blissey and it has a Wobbuffet, and he's going to win like he's gonna go like maybe like 7-3 this season for no good reason. Maybe 6-4, or if he gets like unlucky versus like the luck gauntlet, maybe 5-5. I don't know. Right? It's just gonna depend. I mean, every Sky placement is just going to depend on the RNG gauntlet of Harry Casper, right? But like, there's the Heracross, right? It's going to click guts boosted moves or like banded moves. The Blissey's fat. The Dusclops exists. The Wob is annoying, but manageable for sure. The Ludi exists. Like you have the raid mode, I guess. Like it work. Maybe it works. I mean the Dawn Fan's like sure. Again, I think Dawn Fan's massively overpriced, but it gets the job done. I don't know what these mods are doing here. Actually, I know what this mod's doing here, but I'm no comment. It's your speed tier. It's your one and only speed tier. Did Tekka have speed tiers? There's a Perugly. Sure, I'll allow it. It's your speed tier. It's that and Scarf Heracross. Chickinator doesn't have Prankster, which is tragic. This is also your speed tier in Raid, which isn't ideal, but you can set it up for sure. The fire weakness isn't ideal because this isn't a real Pokemon, and this Pokemon starts at 50%. I mean, maybe if Donphan can keep rocks off, sure, but it's gonna depend on if the opponent has a good ghost, right? Or like a half decent one that doesn't insta die to EQ, right? The ice resists a Mawile. The ice resist is also a Blissey, so is the fire resist. Well, not Flare Blitz, but I mean, if you exclude Flare Blitz, then yeah, it is a fire resist. It's also an ice resist because physical ice moves aren't real. Flying isn't real either. You don't have to worry about that. It's also Chickinator adding to the count. You have Dawnfat as a rock resist, you're fine. Heracross resist ground, you're fine. Your only ground weakness is actually a Mawile, because your Charizard's a flying type. And you don't have an electric type. You do have a Ludi. You do have like HP Grass on Zard or something like that. And like Banded Heracross probably breaks most waters anyway. I think that's fine. There's no Dark type. But your Ghost resists a Blissey. Your Dark resists are Heracross, Mawile. Not ideal, but workable. Blissey's a Dark resist. Like, maybe not Crunch. I feel like it eats most Crunches, though. Unless it's like Swords Dance Crunch. Maybe a Bandit Crunch if you get the defense drop. It's a decent team for sure. I can see how it wins games, right? Like, these three can do shit. This might clean someone late. Like, this has reliable hazard support, so Blissey doesn't have to click rocks every week. Blissey gets both heal belt and aromatherapy, so you have 16 PP of status clear if you really want it. It's a decent team. I see the vision there. I don't know if I can put it A tier though. I don't know if I can put these two in A tier together. These three actually. I don't like any of these mons. Right. Yeah. Yeah, this is the top 4 to end all top 4s because Lax is a tier 2 still. But Metagross, Gliscor, Milo's, Lax, I mean, this top 4 beats half the league. The problem is the bottom six is a fucking disaster. There's no spinner, and you see, oh, Yan Mega Glaceon won a spinner. These two won the spinner, bro. These two want spinners. They don't want hazards chipping into their lefties recovery, right? There's obviously no sand. Not on every team, anyway. There's like 4 teams with sand, like 2 or 3 with snow. I think Snover went twice. But like it's a fucking Snover, right? Like if it gets broad, I mean I don't know. There's a Glaceon with Snow Cloak. You're gonna have to risk that if you bring the snow warning mods. There's a Sandshrew. What do you mean no spinner? Not anymore. I've assassinated him. On a serious note, I no, that doesn't count. That is not a spinner. You're not telling me that this thing can come in on anything and spin. Like, no. I'm sorry. And fucking Ghastly switches into this Pokemon and walls it, okay? This thing is not spinning. Ever. It does have Cade. Cade, as far as tier 5s go, one of the better ones. Machoke is funny. You do have no guard dynamic miss on him. It's not miss, but, you know, it's 50% accurate. I must call it miss. This Pokemon exists. I guess. I say that like my fucking teammate on my team tour didn't bring one of these to the BW game, and well, we didn't cook because he played like dog shit with it, but you know, he did. It was cooking in box. I mean, like these two really want spin. These 4 really want spin. This team would be S tier if it had a spinner, but like this top 4, I think it deserves A tier. Where in A tier? Somewhere. Maybe like here. I think that's probably fine. Oh, the speed tiers are a disaster. I'm moving it down 1 spot. Okay. Alright, Billy Mays here. I don't have the copy pasta on me. Actually, I'm just going to look up the copy pasta and read it out. Because, yeah, we're just going to do that. Billy Mays here with a limited time offer. Our brand new product for the RU tier. Combining the incredible defensive capabilities of the Steel type and Eviolite, Metang will make a splash hit for all those watching at home. For just the cost of 1 team slot, you can get your own Metang today, as well as a beautiful Eviolite stone that can be used as a gift or a cell battery to make sure your Metang doesn't run out of juice. But that's not all. Call now and we will add an extra Stealth Rock to your order. This decorative piece is perfect for filling your Stealth Rock needs. Use it wisely though, because setting up Stealth Rock turns Metang from nearly worthless to completely worthless for the rest of the match. Thankfully, Metang comes in with a built-in self-destruct button that allows it to make the most of its short battery life. Get yours today for not 3 team slots, not even 2. Call now and get our limited edition Metang at the price of only a single team slot. You will not get this offer anywhere else, or you get your money back guaranteed. Results may vary. Unfortunately, because of AI, we don't have Eviolites or cell batteries in stock. They're all gone to shit. I mean, it's over, alright? If you don't hate AI enough. So, we don't have those. But, we do have a Metang. And it can click Stealth Rocks and it can explode. And that's all that matters. Anyways, Tim drafted this draft backwards. You may think, did you just put this draft backwards? No. This is the actual order he drafted it. Which is pretty funny. Because it really does look like he drafted it in reverse. He just went up tiers instead of down. And I mean, there's a Manaphy, there's a Raikou. The fact that Tim could pick these mods in rounds like 8 and 10 is ridiculous, by the way. I mean, Dougie is okay, sure. But, like, Raikou Manaphy is better than, like, half the teams we've seen. And, like, he got these at the end of the draft. Like, this is a spin blocker for your T-Spike here and your rocks here, here, or here. You have 3 rockers, and all of them are not good. I mean, Dave is probably your best rocker. Dougie needs to be clicking Bandit EQ. Lanoon can cook. I mean, this mon, I've seen this mon cook. It kind of needs harvest though. That's what it needs. It needs harvest. It doesn't have that this gen. And this Sneasel's pretty half decent. Like this top five is not bad. It's bottom five. Sorry, the top. We all know what the real top five is. But so I think we're good. This can do some stuff. This can do some stuff. I mean, these Pokemon exist, right? The Raikou man if he can win games. So let me check the type chart on this problem. Oh, I don't like this fire weakness. You do have Dave and Manaphy. The Tropius is the only ground resist. You love to see it. The rock resists are Billy Mace and the Doug Trio. Yikes. Yikes. The steel types of Billy Mays, so you don't insta lose to Specs Draco. No, you live that. You live that. It goes like. Maybe I'll move these down to make it prettier, but it's fine. It has ways to win games. Alright, you have the Merseyside Mimikyu, coached by Rai. That's crazy. That's a Zapdos. That's pretty good. You got this pick, what? 33, 2, 31, 30, 25, 20. Pick 27 Zapdos. That's pretty decent. For like a top 6 or 8 mod in the game. I almost said the thing. I refuse. Your water type sucks. Your other water type also sucks. This Pokemon exists. Boom is good in this gen, so you can do that. I mean, it clicks rocks, it clicks spin, this clicks rocks, this clicks rocks, this clicks spikes. Breloom's pretty good. Absol's pretty decent and does the thing that it needs to do, which is called Pursuit Trap Ghost types and Psychic types. This mon's like sure. The Snover's kind of funny, and this. Are you bringing this Pokemon, Rai? I feel like you're not bringing this mod. No. I definitely meant 6 or 8. The top 6 or 8 Pokemon. It's never 7th, for sure. No flying types. Could have taken a Delibird. What team has no flying types? This has a Zapdos, this has a Tropius. I'm confused. Empoleon sucks is a questionable take. Oh, I just don't like waters that are weak to EQ. I'm slightly over exaggerating. You do have a Zapdos and a Claydol though, and a Breloom. So it's probably fine. It's just not my cup of tea. The fighting chart is all over the place. You have a Zapdos, you have a Claydol, you have a Froslass technically. I think you're fine. I mean, these 2 also count. These 3 also count. So, like, who cares? You have a Rock Resist here. You have a Rock Resist. You have 2 Edgequake Resists. Your team beats every Edgequake mod ever, which is impressive. It loses to Mamoswine, but Mamoswine sucks this gen, so it's fine. So you don't actually lose to it. You do have a good Steel type, though. That's good to have. Imagine if Empoleon had Roost this gen. God, that would be so fucking good. Floatzel's amazing. Just click Banded Waterfall. I mean, like, sure. Does have a Baton Pass. Maybe it works. I do quite like this, though. I mean, the Snover. I guess you have the Snow Cloak payoff, which is gonna be really funny. Just don't bring it into Harry or Casper because they're going to hit you anyway.
but I'm sure you know that.
Meltank also beats Mammothswine anyway. Yeah. Meltank alone wins games.
I don't know if it wins games alone. I mean, okay, I brought like lead offensive Meltank a couple times, like a few seasons ago. It was really fucking funny. It did cook a lot, but like, yeah, it's a pretty good team. It has a Zapdos, it has a Breloom, it has spikes, it has rocks, it has a spinner for your Zapdos.
It's a good team. I can put it like pretty high. What was Joe's team again? Joe had that really good top four, right? It was what? He Celebi, Vaporeon, and Gliscor, right? But I like Rice team better. I like the squad better. The top four on Joe's team is really good. Do I like it better than Sark's team? What do they have again? They had these three, yeah. I definitely like it better than Sark's team. Um so I'll put it there for now. Oh, it's so tough. The eeny meeny miny mo. Fuck it, put it here. Next team. Alright, we have the Shinwicks. We have DOD Machamp. These Pokemon are going to win games, and if they don't, Phalius, I am very disappointed in you. I will be if you don't win games with these two Pokemon. Mismag is a good enough spin blocker. You have every spiker in the game for no reason. You also have a Honchkrow, which like pursue traps ghosts, which is nice for your DOD Mismag. You have a Tangrowth. I'm not sure what that does. It's your EQ resist. Do you need an EQ resist? You have a DOD and a Mismag. This Pokemon sucks. This Pokemon sucks, and this Pokemon is a Steel type. Wait, right? What's your speed tiers? You have a Floatzel, Froslass, Zapdos. No, you're fine. Your speed tier is a Mismag, and then a Magmar DOD, and then it's Honchkrow. Sure. What? Okay, you have a Honchkrow and a Machamp, and then nothing else has a physical stat. Sure, that's really funny. Mismag and Magmar, and this has a special Booth Pool, these two, sure. Tangrowth has a physical attack stat, sure. The electric resists are Roselia and Tangrowth. I mean, DOD switches into every Specs Thunderbolt, I'm gonna be honest. That mod's kinda demonic. Your ice resists are a bunch of low tier mods. You have like a Probopass, I think you're fine. And again, DOD switches into every Specs Ice Beam. Flying weakness does not matter. You have a Probopass, you have a DOD, you have an Omastar, you don't care. You're also not bringing both your grass types to every game, so. Rock resist, you have a Machamp, you have a DOD basically, and you have a Probopass. Yeah, that's fine. Your Ghost resist are Honchkrow, Probopass. That's good enough. It's a good team, it has every spiker ever. I just wish you had a bulkier Ghost. I would imagine. I mean, I don't think he could have because both the Rotom appliances went early. Imagine if it was DOD Rotom appliance. Holy shit! Why didn't Levi do that? Is Levi in time or darkness? He is, right? Okay, so I stopped Levi from having Rotom appliance DOD. You're welcome, chat. I may have ruined Phalius' season, but I have saved everyone else's by stopping Rotom Appliance DOD. Problem with this team is that I don't have enough spike setters. True, you're missing Roserade, you're missing Glalie, you're missing Fori, right? You're missing Skarm. Like, this team sucks, bro. What the fuck are we doing here?
The utility on this team is a bit lacking. You have Taunt DOD. You could Scarf Trick with the Mismag, sure. But like you have no pivoting, which is probably fine. It's DPP, barely anyone has pivoting. More than a Mon or two. It's a good team. I feel like he did alright with the DOD. I can put it like it's a DOD team. How low can I really put it? DOD Machamp. How low can I actually put these ones? Not that low. It's probably like here. I'm tilted. Rotom sniped. Unlucky, bro. Should have played around it. Alright. We have another Machamp. And this time, and there's a T-Tar beside it. Because that made it to pick, like, 29. And also has a Uxie, which is pretty good. Synthesis Mon in Sand. That's not ideal, but Shaman isn't going to be synthesizing every week necessarily, so that might be fine. Quillfish is a spiker. It's not a terrible spiker. It's tier 4. It's good value for money, I think. This Clubs is mid as fuck, and in Sand it's going to be even midder. Melvin mentioned, yeah, that's the spinner ever made. This is also the ghost type ever made. And this is the Pokemon ever made. Okay, your speed tier cap's at 100. That's not great. What is Phalius's cap at? 105. So 195. You have to respect the Uxie speed tier. I don't think you have to respect this speed tier. You have to respect this one. You don't have to respect this one. Might be fine. The T-Tar can DD. That's a speed tier. Or Scarf. There's zero payoff besides no promo pass. Yeah, there's Sand, but like there's spikes. There's you can click Toxic with these mods. You just have a TSS team, but you don't have like you have one other Sand immunity, which isn't ideal. My only issue with Ben's team is he has 3 fantastic nicknames and the rest are awful. I mean, like, what conference is Ben? Up here, right? Yeah. We got Madeline Machamp, yeah. We got John O'Shaman. We got this one. Sure. I mean, we got Melvin Jr. over here. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to put this guy in F tier, actually. I'm gonna put Madeline Machamp specifically in S tier and the rest of the team in the bin. That's what I'm doing. Um, your grass is your electric is the Shaman. Who cares? Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's probably here. It's like a high-end B tier team. I just don't like how the T-Tar synergizes with most of the rest of the draft is the issue. Like, it's not great here, here. Like, it's fine here, and the chip for this guy is pretty fine. But, like... TSS with no ground, what are we doing? Yeah, not having ground type isn't great, for sure. It's still like fine. There's a T-Tar and a Machamp, right? I can't put these two like that low because they're pretty nuts. Next we have the Fushao Phalanx. Yeah, sure. And then you still get a Manaphy and a Snorlax anyway because none of this fucking matters. So, okay, so we have these 8 Pokemon. 7.5, probably. You do have Head. Your hazards, you have a lot of rockers. You have a spiker, which is why Cacturn is half a Pokemon. I mean, it's mana if he lacks, like this is just an 8-mon team, realistically. But it's a pretty respectable 8 Pokemon, I'll be honest. Like, this team isn't even that bad, unironically. But yeah, the Toxicroak here. Oh, your speed cap being Manaphy is not great, but apparently there's enough teams with terrible speed tiers that it doesn't matter. Rotom's pretty good. Like, Mesprit's pretty good, obviously. You click rocks, you click U-turn, you go into one of these, and you click buttons. Or you go into this and you click button. This is your Edge Quake resist. That's not bad to have. Your spinner doesn't exist, but your rock weakness doesn't exist either. This was a good enough assembled draft. Why are you weak to grass? What the fuck are we doing? We don't have a steel type. We obviously picked up the fucking Luminion. Um, like our grass resists are Toxicroak and Cacturn. Cacturn is a nothing resist. It is a psychic resist and a psychic resist only because it doesn't actually resist anything else because it has no stats. So you're weak to grass somehow, which is really impressive, Nelson. Good job. Um, you're fighting. You have a Rotom and a Mesprit. Your fighting resists are fine. Your flying doesn't matter either. You have a Rotom. Oh, that's okay. How are you weak to Bug? What are we doing, Nelson? These are the two easiest types to not be weak to, and you managed to be weak to both. Okay, man. I mean, Toxicroak for quad resists, Rotom resists, but you have 3 weaknesses, which is really funny. Good job, Nelson. I'm putting your draft in C tier for that. It's. I mean, it has a Manaphy, but like. It has a Manaphy and a Lax. I mean, it's serviceable, but it's not the greatest thing I've ever seen. It's a shame there's loads of good grass offense. Yeah, there's a very good grass Pokemon, like the Celebi that was only picked up by one player, for somehow. Like, how? And there's like 2 Shaymins, but they're not in Sky, so like you're fine. You dodged both the Shaymins. You dodged the one Celebi. You do lose to Breloom though. Ah, you have a Toxicroak. You don't lose to Breloom. Trust. There's a Roserade. Cirque's gonna get revenge on you by clicking Specs Leaf Storm. Watch out. I mean, there's a Manaphy and Snorlax. Like, this team can win games. So it goes here. Right. Now, Nelson's greatest lover. We have another skip here. And the makeup was a fucking Crawdon. Flygon, Tenta, Luke, Clef, and last. Like, this is a good top 5. I would have liked a better water type than Tenta. Especially on a team with 2 rock resists, a complete hazard immunity, and a levitate Pokemon with 1 rock weakness, which is a Frostlass, which is here to set up spikes and die anyway. How did we end up with 2 C tiers? I thought this team sucked, but they didn't suck enough to be D tier. So I just made a C minus tier, essentially. I couldn't be bothered renaming this to like F. Sceptile's okay. It does things. Don't know what Grumpig does. It's a fire and ice resist. For your Flygon, Lucario. And I guess these 2, sure. This Pokemon does nothing. When I asked for a better water type than Tenta, I didn't mean this. A Bronzor, which is a real steel type. Barely, but yeah. And the World Champ Diff. Oh, it does have U-turn. It pivots. It's a good Pokemon. Great value tier 5. I mean, like, C doesn't have any weaknesses either, which is kind of cool. Clef is your. I mean, sure, Bronzor collects rocks, but are we really bringing Bronzor to collect rocks every week? Like, we're just forcing Clef to do it, so you lose so much value from the Clef. The spikes are okay, the T spikes are okay, the spin is okay. You do have pivoting, you have a Flygon and a Pachirisu if you ever bring it, which I'm sure you will. You have a bunch of Trick Rods, which is kind of cool, I guess. I mean, there's a Flygon, there's a Clefable. This team can win games. It's better than Nelson's. I played this team week 1. Tell me how I win. Um. Oh, like this is his only spec seat player switch in. So have fun. All right, next. Scissor Starmie. What happened? What the hell? There's 4 birds because we really needed 4 birds. Um, and yeah, you have 3 rock resists. You have the best edgequake resist in the game. You don't. It's like the most value edgequake resist in the game. There's like 3 better ones. Um, you have all the birds, and you lose to bird spam yourself. That's impressive. I guess there's no bird spam because you took all the birds. That's kind of cooking, actually. Yeah, I mean, you have a Scissor Starmie. Ice types are fine. You have an Agrod. Electric is really bad because the electric type clicks HP Ice and you lose. That's really not good. I mean, like, the speed tiers are speed tier, eh? That's for sure. We have a round 4 Persian mascot pick because that Pokemon was totally in danger of being taken. There's a lot of U-turn. There is a lot of U-turn. And the baton pass with the Dodrio. This team is pivoting. What is it pivoting into? Like Banded Scissor? Or Swords Dance, maybe? Or Starmie? Like Spec Starmie? But like, I mean, it's 2 really good Pokemon, but what the fuck is happening? Like Torterra and Aggron are your rockers? Sure, Torterra and Aggron are decent. There's no spikes. You have the best spinner in the game. So Moltres is a little happier. The birds are just happier in general. Best supported Aggron I've ever seen. We're not phased by fighting or ground spam. True. We do full to rocks, but that's okay. Because the Starmie is there. I mean, like, it's Starmie Scizor. I can't put this in D tier because I see how these Pokemon win games. It's probably like here. Honestly. Last but not least. Definitely not least. I don't think this draft is going to make it to D tier. We have good old fucking Ariana with the Scizor Titar on the wheel. I don't know how she's done that then, but there's a Scizor Titar on the wheel. It's not quite Scizor DOD, but I mean, it's good enough probably. There's a Mamo, there's a Stoys. These mods are okay. There's a Magmortar, there's a Jumpluff Sudowoodo. Arbok doesn't T-Spike, I'm pretty sure. I can check, because this dog is kind of fucked. There's a Raichu Xatu. Arbok should not T-Spike. It does not. Cool. This mon sucks. I mean, it has Intimidate. It does something. Xatu doesn't do anything with a Magic Bounce, right? It's just bad. Your speed here is a Jumpluff and a Raichu.
I mean, it's Scissor Titor, but like, I'm really unimpressed by the rest of the team. Blast. Why is Blastus your water resist? This doesn't really count. This just gets icy winded into next week. This dies to powder snow. Your ground immunities are 2 bonds weak to rocks. That's not ideal. That's really not ideal. You do have a Scizor Titar, but the rest of the team is so mid. Put the Torterra back on screen. Sure, I can have the Torterra. Hold on, I can't paste the Torterra in. That's tragic. I tried, chat. I really did try. Hold on, I can have a... No, it's fine. Emotional support Torterra. There we go. No ghost with the T-Tar is sad. Yeah, what's the fighting resists? Is it Jumpluff, Arbok, Xatu? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. And Jumpluff and Xatu are also your EQ resists. Oh, God. Anyways, we have an emotional support Torterra. Don't mind it. Emotional support Torterra is going to beat the fighting types. Trust me. Oh, God. These two got like the most insane first two picks and then completely fucked it. I don't know how they've both managed that. That's really impressive. I mean, Mammostoys is like fine. Like this, I mean, like this top four is okay. What the hell's happening here? I mean, this one does something. I think. Maybe this does something. I don't know what these do. I mean, this clicks rocks, so Mamo and T-Tar don't have to. I mean, I mean, imagine if you had a Torterra instead of a fucking Jumpluff. Like, you have the Edgequake switch-ins. This draft is like... it's probably a bit better than Akira's. This is their first draft league, and they're about to helicopter parent them too much. No, that's very fair, yeah. Like, for a first draft team, I mean, there's way too many birds. But, like, if you look at, like, this top five, like, these, like, you think, okay, that's pretty good. But then, like, you see this, and you're like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Right? Like, this top six can, like, cook, for sure. Here, it's like this, like, I mean, like... It's probably about here. Then I guess that leaves our team to be ranked. So there's a Jirachi. We are playing ADV. Every single mon except Licky Licky was an ADV, so we are playing ADV OU. We're having fun. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's a good team. It's a Jirachi team. I have to put it here. Is it better than Cheerios? Probably because we don't have a D-Day without spin. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. He has a Leafeon. His team's better. Another D-tier friend? No. I mean, like, these teams are, like, close, but they have a mon that wins games. I might move some of these down. Let's make S tier a clean top 5. I mean, I don't think it's that much better than Joe. So I'd have to put them both there. Sure, I can put them both there. And I can move... I'm going to keep Billy Mays in B tier because B is for Billy Mays. I think that's the tier list. Yeah. How long have I been streaming for? Has it even been that long? Less than 3 hours. I did pretty good, I think. That's not bad. It's also only 33 teams. I could have been here for another half hour with like 6 more teams, probably. I think that's it. Yeah, I mean, it do beat the tier list. I think. I don't think I want to change anything for now. I'll just leave it as is. I think this is fine. We got the toxic yaoi next to each other. I think that's peak. Um, I probably could even out this tier list a bit more, but like, I think it's fine. I think it beat the teams are pretty decent for DVP standards, but you know, like I see the vision with the teams for sure. Post and server, please for Sark. Yeah, I'll do that. Let me snip tool. Let me take this. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. Hitmonchan slander is crazy. Mon goes, okay, I'm just catching up on Discord now because I've been streaming. Apparently, I'm at war with Ariana over Shitmonchan. Okay, what week do we play? What week do we play? No, 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 no. Fixtures. Sky. Boom, boom, boom. Bye. Nelson. When do we play? Week 10. I'll see you in week 10, Ariana, okay? You're going down. If it's war, it's war. It be what it be. Alright, I think it's about time I end stream. I'll just leave it here for the end. Unless chat has any last minute questions they want to ask me, but I assume not at this point. Um I'll let you handle the Ariana feud 101. Yeah, sure. I got it. Don't worry. I'll chat. Maybe I see you a lot next season with another stream. I like doing these tier lists. They're fun. I like yapping about bonds. Go figure.